Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I'm Tim. My score prediction this week is going to be 2-1, as it was in the greatest game of all time in 1981. Cheers, lads.
Hello, it's Ronaldo here back with another pre-match prediction, and for the Villa game tonight, I am going to go for a 3-1 win. I think we get revenge. I think they weaken the squad a little bit. I think the edge comes off it. They don't have the new manager bounce. I think we learn from our mistakes. I think Bruno coming back will be big. Martial up front. Going for 3-1 and a brace from Anthony Martial.
Manchester United v Aston Villa, League Cup, instant payback, instant reaction, and a chance of a trophy, because half of London, most of London, went out last night. Ain't that right, Moisey? But we need a response tonight, and changes will be expected, and I expect United to make it a little mismatch. It's the last home game before the World Cup. And we really need to concentrate. I see Martial playing. I don't see Ronaldo playing. I see Rashford getting rested. I see Sancho playing. I see Harry Maguire playing. I see a midfield of maybe McTominay, maybe Fred. Oh, Bruno back at least. And Eriksen being rested. And so, same with Casemiro. And a good back defence. Maybe De Gea. Give him a rest. But he's not going to the World Cup anyway. So play him. But we need a response tonight, guys. We need it. We want it. And if you disrespect the League Cup, like I made the mistake, and somebody close to me who's no longer here anymore taught me, don't disrespect something. So the League Cup is very important because we won it in 2016, and I want to win it again. Trophy, top 4, bring it on. MUFC.
Paddock match day, Notch here, and it's our first foray this season into the Jose level heritage competition. The Caribou! Da, 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 da. And while we failed to overcome the good evening factor on Sunday against Villa, tonight does see the return from suspension of our favourite emotional passion merchant, Bruno Fernandes. It'll probably be guessed the first team tonight, though I wonder who's going to moan on Twitter about shithousery this time. I mean, no other team does that, right? I smell revenge tonight with the right selection and predict a 2-0 win. Let's keep that defensive record at home going at least. And then just one more game before pre-season. Trust a Notchster.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United versus Aston Villa 2, the sequel. After the stunning defeat of the weekend, United have been given... It's like boxing this, isn't it? We've been given a chance to redeem ourselves. Yeah? We lost the first fight, but we've already signed up for the second fight. Joining me is Abdul. How you doing, mate? Sorry, I know you're finishing off your dinner there. But
yeah, as usual. That's how I always turn up on the stream, just always eating.
Coming in last minute.
Coming in last minute.
From another job somewhere else. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah, not too bad. Bit of a chaotic day, but that's how life is. Yeah. Just got to keep moving.
Excited for the game?
Yeah, I am. Now we've got to watch United probably lose again to Villa. But
no chance. We'll get to all that in a minute. And I'm also joined, for the first time in a long time, by the illustrious, the elusive, the coach of all coaches.
Cheers,
Ryan Hopper's here, up the RH.
Up the RH. No, thanks for mate. Thanks for having me on. I felt like you just didn't want me on here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have to be fair. No, I do that. Just a busy man. But no, pleasure, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Good
to meet the main man as well for the first time. Yeah.
I can't believe you two have never been on video together before.
Well, it'll be a rememberable one.
It will be. That's the one thing we can guarantee. Are you looking forward to this game? Did you watch the Villa game?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I watched it.
What did you make of that? What are you expecting tonight?
I'm expecting a reaction, to be honest, Joe. I thought the performance wasn't great. I think, like you said there, it's like a boxing match where, we know what they're capable of and we know what they're about. Yeah. And really, we should be beating them sort of teams if we've got, if we want to challenge and kick on and be competitive. So tonight I'm expecting a reaction. I think it's a United win tonight, to be honest. I don't think lightning's not going to strike twice for me this evening.
You said there about maybe watching Villa beat United again.
It was more of a joke.
Give me your sort of impressions, your expectations for this.
I think it's going to be quite a difficult game because Emre's already come in and he's probably done everything that Gerrard was doing wrong, right, basically, because I think that front three, and I mentioned that day when I was on stream, the fact that, you had was it Buendia on the left, Watkins through the middle, like Bailey on the right, and it was like the best balance they've had, which was obviously upset by the fact they brought Coutinho in, and I always thought it would sort of go that way with Coutinho, but I think it's quite like it's a bit of a handful, like it's high energy, a lot of good work on the ball. We've seen what Watkins does in terms of dragging defenders away, where he did with Lindelof, so I think I expect some of the same, and I think the fact that Villa have not really played, they're not playing European football, are they, at any level? No. So Villa are a team right now who are just going to try and get the most out they can in the season. They're not going to aim for the top four. They're not going to aim for European spots really unless the second half of the season they could do something, maybe Europa League, Conference League spot, but doubt it. So these types of games are where Villa really want to progress and try and go for like a cup final or something like that. So it won't be easy. But I think it all depends on how Man United's team lines up today. I've got
the team here, so I'm just looking through it for the first time as well. So let's go through this. In goal, a first start for Dubravka. Very interesting, nice to see. I mean, the lineup, the way that they've laid this out is absolutely ridiculous because they've gone goalie first, who's number 31, Dubravka, and then in number order after that.
Nah, I don't
so
think
what is that? So it's Dubravka. I'm going to try and do this in position order. Then we've got on the left-hand side, it's Malacia, Maguire, Lindelof, and Dalot on the right-hand side. Then we've got a midfield of Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek, and Fernandes. And we've got Martial and Rashford playing as well. So I'm going to guess actually that's a Van der Beek, McTominay, Fernandes midfield, probably Bruno on the right because he's played him there a couple of times, hasn't he? Bruno on the right, Rashford on the left, and Martial up front. Martial returns to the squad. Ronaldo out of the team and out of the squad entirely. So looking at the subs, it's De Gea, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Pellistri, Elanga, Garnacho, and Shoretire as well. So strong defensively that bench. You know, Elanga, Garnacho, Shoretire as attackers as well. But no Ronaldo on the bench whatsoever. No Ronaldo in the squad at all. Just give me your thoughts on that team if you can remember it, Ryan.
Like you said, you've got Dalot, who's a permanent fixture now with a manager. I think he's earned the respect of him, and his performances of late obviously well deserved. It was always there, but you know the consistency levels wasn't. I think now the consistency levels are starting to come. We're starting to see it. Starting to see the real player in there. Lindelof again getting the nod. Is Maguire in as well?
Yeah, Maguire. Lindelof is that.
Obviously, he's got good news today. We've been in the England squad.
Just
the midfield of Van der Beek. I wasn't expecting him to be playing, to be honest. But again, it's another opportunity for him. He needs to come and he needs to have a good performance. Otherwise, it's again another missed opportunity for him. And then it's like, where does he go from here? January's around the corner. I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but how many chances does that the lad have? I'm surprised Anthony Lang is not featured this evening. I thought he would have got some minutes. He probably will get minutes, but from the start I would have liked to seen that. But yeah, Martial, great to see him back. Let's see what he's about. Hopefully get on the score sheet.
What do you make of that, Abdul? Martial coming back in is the big one there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think Man United made a huge mistake. Well, Ten Hag, I think, made a big mistake when he bought Martial on against Villa and played him so far from goal alongside Rashford, which I thought was bad judgment, because I thought, you actually think, like, when you have Ronaldo on the pitch, Rashford, Martial and Elanga, you'd think you'd get a lot of chances, but it doesn't really work with that like that. I think Anthony Martial links everything up very nicely, but he wants to be almost a focal point in that sense, where he wants everyone to play into his feet, but then he really gives you as a player for his team. Like, he'll turn around, and I was just chatting to a friend now, like, and he mentioned a very good point where he was like, when we're watching Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot of the time, there's only one way you go. So the ball you always try to hit the ball in front of him. You always try to cross the ball into the box. And as much as it's worked for many years, and especially in that Real Madrid stage where they won the 3 Champions League back-to-back, they really killed teams in that style where they'd have the lob pass over the top, they'd have the crosses from either side, they'd have the half-space crosses, and it really worked nicely for them. But I think Man United now, teams just sort of know when you're facing Ronaldo, there's only one way you're going. Whereas with Martial, you can actually go either way. Like, you can maybe, get the ball in behind the defence. You can get him to come short and pull away defenders, sort of the way Watkins pulled away Lindelof. And I think Martial did that really, really well in pre-season as well. And it's quite good. I don't know what's happening with Sancho either.
Well, there was reports before the game of Sancho and Anthony both still being unfit or unwell. So I don't think they're dropped.
How's Sancho
I think
always ill though?
For me, for them three, what I like about that is there's a lot of, they'll be mixing it up. There'll be, Martial might be dropping to the left. Rashford might go as the vocal point. Bruno might come in as a false nine. There's a lot of, flexibility around it and interchanges and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And again, you need a reaction. I know it's in the Carabao Cup and stuff like that, but Pat's house at Old Trafford, you need a reaction because we shouldn't really be getting beat by Villa, regardless. No disrespect to them guys, but we shouldn't.
I mean, the one thing that that intangible, as they say, is that it was their first game with a new manager, wasn't it? I think if we get Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa, we'd have battered him at the weekend, or certainly beat them.
You always get that point to prove, when a new manager's come in. Listen, they're playing for their places, they're playing for their roles in the team. So,
and it's the fact the managers, on paper, they've not got a bad team at all. So
no. The
manager's actually come in and done the right thing, which we know a lot of the time. It's like when Ollie, and I think one of the lads mentioned it when I was on the stream, when it was like comparing it to like those situations when Ollie took over, and it's just you almost need the players to come out of that pressured moment and you just give them anything, a bit of a change, one or two players in the mix, and you really see a reaction. I think that's what happened with Villa in the game that we had against them. And like I said, I'm a big fan of Buendia, I'm a big fan of Ollie Watkins, and a big fan of Leon Bailey. I think all those guys have got something different about them, the high energy. I think Buendia recovers the ball really well in a defensive sense, but he's also a brilliant creator. If you look at his numbers when he was at Norwich, he was always in the top 3 creators basically in the Premier League throughout the season, alongside De Bruyne when Grealish was at Villa. So it says a lot about his game, and I think he was misused heavily. So it was never going to be an easy game that day. But I think what disappointed me with Man United on that day was, Eriksen, for example, with that last goal, the third goal that they had when we've just come out in the second half, and it's sort of like he doesn't know whether to pick the guy up or not. It's sort of like the City game in a way where like he uses his man, and I don't really think he should be deep in those situations. I think he should be higher up trying to make things happen, but we could have had a much better reaction. I know Villa wasn't really going to be easy because of the situation with Emery and the things that I mentioned, but Man United's reaction should have been better from the manager and the players, I think, on the day. And I love Ten Hag. I love a lot of these players in this team, but it was disappointing. But I think it's going to be a roller coaster this season. I think there's going to be ups and downs, but I feel like there's going to be a lot more positives, and especially if we can make an impact. We always make this point, and if you can make an impact in the transfer market, whether it's in Jan, really got to try and get something going in Jan. You got to give Ten Hag what he wants now, because I think for the first time in a while, I could really sense like you've got a manager who tries to balance intensity and winning the ball back with level of football and control, and Man United have missed that over the years.
Are you surprised Bruno's playing on the right hand side? Because it's something that he's Sancho's not been great, in great form this season. Anthony's injured, or whatever's going on with Anthony that he's not playing. He's done it a couple of times now, hasn't he, where he's made subs and he's put Fernandes on that right hand side, almost like Tadic at Ajax kind of thing, where you've got more of a sort of not a tricky winger, but like a creative player on that side. Do you think he can work out that?
I don't know whether they'll go for that system and that formation. Looking at that team, their personnel, like you've got Fred and obviously Scott sitting, Van der Beek in front. I don't know whether you would play as an out wide Bruno, because
the thing is, he's done that this season. But you do make a good point though, because we have seen at Ajax him playing almost 2 split strikers at one point. That's the nice thing though about Ten Hag. I feel like he's had seasons at Ajax that he can use as reference and go, he's actually played the season in a certain style, then the season after has been different. But I feel like if you remember that Champions League run that they had like 2 split strikers, Donny coming into them second sort of striker zone. So it could even be like Bruno slightly deeper, Donny pushing into them 10 second striker roles. Or it could be Bruno wide, as we've seen him off the bench, because he wants to keep the structure in the team. But I'd be happy with either. The thing I will say, though, if Bruno's on the right, is I think it will actually allow Dalot to maybe hold the touchline a bit more. Whereas I think a lot of the time, when Anthony gets on the ball, he wants to make something happen. He's trying to make something spectacular happen. He's trying to get fans off the feet and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, I feel like him and Dalot don't really have that connection. I feel like he'll take a lot of that space out on the touchline from Dalot. I feel in pre-season, Sancho and Dalot started to have something on the right.
How come we're not seeing that then this season? Why is that not developed in actual games, Sancho?
I think the fact is Sancho started the season really slow. And the other problem Manchester United have had is they've not managed to get that front three fielded because they've had the injuries from the get-go.
Has Sancho, Martial and Rashford played a full 90 together?
I don't think so.
Actually,
Have they
Martial
started
hasn't played a full 90.
Martial hasn't played a full.
Well, I just looked at some of his
have they even
stats.
started them three together? I don't think so in the
It
Premier
was
League.
I don't
Anthony,
think so.
Martial, Rashford against Everton, wasn't
And
it?
that was class. So
Yeah. But just looking at some stats for Martial here, so he's played 4 games in the league this season, 2 goals, 2 assists in 129 minutes. If you compare that to Ronaldo, who's obviously replacing tonight, has played 10 games, 25 shots, 6 on target, but only 1 goal and no assists. Just Ronaldo's productivity just hasn't been there at all this season so far, is it, Ryan?
No, I don't. I think it all goes down to when he wanted to go, or I just think if he had offers, I think he should have gone. To be honest, I know it's difficult to say that. It's Cristiano Ronaldo has been the best player probably, or arguably the best player on the planet. But I think if he had offers, genuine offers where he was going to go and play, he should have gone, because I feel like he's not understanding his role in the team. I think I'm sure the manager sat down with him and explained, you're not going to be there from the start all the time. You're going to have to come off the bench, or you're going to have to be more of a bit part player. I don't think he's got his head round that, and I think it's come to a head now where, if he's not going to be playing, he's going to see his backside, which, rightly so, he's had the career that he's had, but I think football's changed now. Yeah. Players are coming in, proving a point, and it is sad to say, but...
It must be hard, though. I mean, obviously we've sat and sort of criticised some of Ronaldo's performances this season and him wanting to leave and different things, but it must be difficult being someone that is, I mean, you can argue one way or the other, but in his mind, and in a lot of people's minds, the greatest football player of all time. And then slowly getting to the point where, okay, I'm not the greatest of all time, but I'm still the best striker in this league. Okay, well, I'm not the best striker in the league, but I'm still certainly the best striker in this club. And then all of a sudden he's going, if everyone's fit, I don't even start. And I can't get everyone goals together. Isn't it? It must be a horrible, very difficult thing there, losing your identity when your identity is the most famous, greatest football player of all time. That has got to be a difficult thing.
And that's why I'm saying, if he's going to go, if he had genuine offers to go and play at very good levels, he should have maybe taken it. Now, I know the club didn't want to let him go and stuff like that, but surely the manager sat down with him and explained his roles, what he's going to play. Yeah. Surely he's not said to him, listen, you're going to be my main man. He's not said that, because for me, he wouldn't have said that, because he doesn't. Ten Hag's style is not necessarily Ronaldo's style, like you said before. The high press, he doesn't do that. But what he'll give you is goals. But this season, he's not give you goals. No.
I think one thing I will say about Ten Hag is he's done a very good job of not making the whole story about United over the last few weeks about injuries, because, like we've said, we've not had Martial, Sancho, and Rashford, or Rashford, Martial, Antony play a single 90 minutes together. Yeah. And those two, I mean, maybe Sancho for Antony now because of how Antony's been, but either of those two would be considered a first choice front three. We haven't had it in any game this season.
No.
With 13 league games, 6 Europa League games, 20 games into the season, and we haven't had our first choice front three once. And yet Ten Hag, yes, he obviously mentions the injuries, he mentions we want to see Martial back and these sorts of things, but he's not whinged or made it all about, look how hard done to we are, I can't believe it.
I don't think that's in his nature,
I'm really happy that he's done that, because it's not even much of a talking point, United's injuries, but really, like I said, we haven't had our first choice front three play 90 minutes together once. That is really quite a difficult thing for a manager to deal with, isn't it? Especially when he's then being forced to play a player that in Ronaldo that wanted to leave in the summer, that isn't scoring goals, that is also clearly someone that, Ten Hag's basically said as much about, spits his dummy out a little bit when he doesn't play. We've seen him do it, so he's not necessarily the easiest player to drop at the best of times. So I think I'm quite impressed with Ten Hag about that.
I think on Ten Hag there, I think what's impressed me as well is he's got that ruthless side to him where he does the best decisions for the team rather than individuals. He's we've had a long time where we've had managers that have played people because they've done a good job for him and this and that. At the end of the day, now he's playing people on merit, and I think that's what you need to start doing. I'll be interested to get your guys' view on the Sancho thing, because my personal opinion, when he's played, he's not really done a lot. He's been playing safe, and what I love about Jadon Sancho is when he's 1v1, he can express himself, he creates things. He's a great player, great feet. But this season, he seems like he's playing safe. When's the time this season we've seen him going at someone 1v1? He cuts back now. He cuts back and just plays.
Give it to his
like that's not the Jadon Sancho that
And
we
even
paid a
then,
lot of money for.
He's mistimed a lot of those. Like, we've sat in here and watched a couple of games together, and I'll be like, that's not Sancho that was at Dortmund. And I know it's different leagues, but the intensity to his game and also the decision making, something that I've always had on Sancho since watching him as a kid at City, is makes brilliant decisions, very good around the box, tries to find people in tight spaces, but he was making poor decisions. When you look at the City game, the Ammonia game, lost the ball in similar situations that caused a goal. So he like sort of ignored like the overlap. I think it was in the Ammonia game, and then there was one where on the break against City and made a poor pass and lost the ball. But then this tracking back was just weak, and his intensity and aggressiveness in the game is just, it's not the same. And I don't know what's happening with him, because he's someone that I was advocate of, you know, and wanting Manchester United to bring over here. But it does really feel like it's going downhill a bit with him. But I think Manchester United are at the level where if they want to compete with Manchester City, you almost need two positions. Or if you want to compete even with Arsenal now and a lot of the other teams in the league, you almost need two brilliant players in each position. I feel like City have done that very well. Squad depth is key. So when you look at links to Gakpo, so if you look at Gakpo, right, you're playing on the left through the middle, sort of similar thing with Marcus Rashford. So those are two fantastic options there. Through the middle, you look at Martial, and of course Manchester United, it's not really been a secret now that we will probably look at getting a real number 9 in. So you got him, you got Martial, you got that, and then you got Martial. Then on the right, at least Sancho and Antony, and I think that sort of competition is what Sancho needs. But I do hope that Ten Hag does revisit having Sancho out onto the right, because I felt like a lot of what he did well in pre-season was built upon that, was playing on the right, was that connection with Dalot that we were finding, where he'd find the overlap somewhere. It felt like Manchester United were building something there, and obviously with injuries happening, it's sort of out of the manager's hand. He's had to go Marcus Rashford through the middle, Sancho on the left. But then again, even in that sense, Sancho's played on the left previously for Dortmund a lot of the time.
He's played everywhere.
I think
he's played anywhere in that sort of behind the striker. And it's just, you know, seemingly at the minute wherever he plays, it's not quite working.
I think he's becoming too predictable as well in his play.
Right.
Like, he's not going 1v1, he's not expressing himself. Every time he gets it, he looks to come inside. Now, if I'm defending against him, I know he's going to come inside. He becomes predictable.
Right.
What Jadon Sancho is good at, he can go either way. He can go down the line, down the sides, or he can come inside. He can create chances. What I liked about him at Dortmund as well is when he plays like little 1-2s and stuff like that, and he uses people as bounce boards and stuff. Where's that Jadon Sancho? Now,
I always said that. I think maybe one of the things that we needed in this team.
From the left-hand side, you, as a winger these days, especially like Anthony's a perfect example of Rashford, you need the threat of cutting inside and scoring, and that's, you need your defender to think you're going to do that, so then you can go on the outside.
Go on the outside, he doesn't go on the outside.
The thing with Sancho is, because he don't really seem to have that cut inside, put it to the far post like shot in his lock. Obviously he can do it occasionally, but it's not like a strong suit of his. Not like Anthony or Rashford's like finding it time and time again. It's like the defenders know that he can cut inside if he wants to, and he's probably just going to pass it back to Luke Shaw because he's not going to score.
That's all he's doing.
That's the problem. And I think if he played on the right, he might have a better chance where he can actually go down the outside and put good crosses in, because he's a great passer. But he's not managing to do that from the left at all.
On the right as well, he tends to end up in the middle a bit more. I don't know how to explain it, but what he did at Dortmund really well a lot of the time was the goal that he had against Liverpool, where he'd come in from that right-hand side and he'd end up in this central position. And he'd pick up quite a lot of goals. I remember there was a game that stands out for me against Leipzig where he was fantastic in, and he picked up a few goals in that game where, again, arrives in a similar position, perfectly slots it in. So I feel like it's just a bit more natural to him in terms of what the team want and need now. And I feel on the left, he's just not devastating enough.
He's not doing enough.
His pace and he's not doing enough with his intensity as well to be a Manchester United left winger right now. And you know, that's where Ten Hag's management comes in. But if he really wants it, then he's got to put in that work. And I hope with Jadon Sancho, it's not the case that he's made it, he's got his deal to Manchester United, he's got the big contract, and he's sort of put his foot off the gas. And I hope that's not the case with him, because it tends to happen too much now with Manchester United players that we sign over the years.
I think with his ability, he can play either side, can't he? But like you said, in pre-season, he built that relationship with Dalot. And and you make a very good point. Dalot can go on the overlap with Sancho because Sancho's not first instinct at Manchester United is to get at a man. It's more to come inside, and Dalot goes on the overlap and slides him in crosses. Whereas Anthony's first thought when he gets the ball, right, I'm going to get at someone. I'm going to cut inside, I'm going to shoot. How many times have you seen that from him?
It's not about build all the time, which is important because you need that balance.
But he goes on the outside as well in the Europa League the other week. He's gone on the outside, chopped it back, gone on the outside, chopped it back again. He's expressing himself, and you can say what you want about him, but he's making an impact, and he's getting people off their seats, and he's good.
We've got a couple of super chats. Gregory Cooper says, "Big up the Paddock and Sloppy Joes. The two Joes, hands down, two of the funniest guys on YouTube." I've got to read that because it's a super chat. Looking for a big response tonight. Excited to have Martial back. Come on, United. Is Martial going to get injured tonight?
No.
Because every single time he's played this season, he's got injured.
I hope now this is the time where, you know what, I was here, and the funny thing is, I've been saying this every single stream before that Villa game, where I'm hearing he's in training. So he has been in training.
He's been in
by
training
himself.
for 10 days. He came back at the start of November, didn't he? So he's been back in training for a while now, which is good.
And that's competitive training.
Yeah,
so
that was like
with
team training.
Yeah, team training. So I think Manchester United just don't want to rush him as they've done. Maybe they didn't feel that they rushed him in that Everton game, but they don't want to rush him back. And hopefully it's just he gets that fitness, and hopefully he's had no negative effects with his playing style and what he needs to be doing for Manchester United, because that's happened to him before. I remember that one that stands out is that groin injury he had, and he almost, when he come back, I think it was around the Jose time, when he come back from that, he felt like he wasn't running at his man anymore, and that's when he started turning into a bit more of a pure nine rather than someone who would drive at the defender and be a bit more explosive. And he felt he lost that, but then he actually adjusted his game under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to being a centre forward that people can play off, and he can make things happen and actually add a goal scoring instinct to his game as well, an extra goal scoring instinct, because we know he's a great finisher, but he has to stay fit, and hopefully we see something from that front three today. If Bruno's in the mix there, then Bruno, the good thing about him is had that rest as well, so he'll come in with a lot of energy and wanting to win in a game.
It's nice to see
today.
Martial those goals against City as well, where I know that obviously they dropped their intensity by 50% or whatever in that second half City had, but the fact that he was in positions to get like tap-ins and strikers finishes against City, where getting that header and like the sort of goals that he didn't always score in his younger days. Sometimes he was too much of a kind of a finisher and like a striker of the ball rather than someone who's wanted to get dirty and get stuck in on the goal line and put his face in front of a goalkeeper's glove. Like I hope that Ten Hag is instilling some of that in him, where he gives him a bit of confidence and he gives him that kind of, this is your last chance really. Because as much as I like Martial, for the last 2 seasons, he's basically been a passenger at Man United. He's either been on loan or in the squad and not scoring. And I'm not going to blame him for injuries. I'm not counting that against him this season. And he's looked good every minute he's played pretty much. But this has to be a good year for him, because if he ends this season with another 4 goals, then it probably will be his last at Man United. So I've got a lot of confidence in him, but I hope that we are getting some of those extra elements that he's lacked throughout his career, that kind of fight, that grittiness that sometimes it's not seemed like he's had. Doc Rock with a super chat says McVanderfred is a wee bit suspect in the middle. That's a new one to me.
That's unreal, by the way.
Now it's McVanderfred, which I really like.
They've stuck him in there.
McVanderfred is a wee bit suspect in the middle. Donny, after complaining he hasn't had a chance, he got the chance lately and hasn't shown much. Danny Shields, who's been a member for 23 months, thank you very much, Danny, for joining. He said, up the Paddock, up the Reds, up the RH.
Go on, then. What's his name?
Danny Shields.
Go on, Dan. Up
Danny
the Dan.
Shields.
Up the Dan, up the RH.
Danny Shields is a good name, actually, isn't it?
Top name. Good guy, him.
That's what
Up the RH, love it.
Someone says, how the F is Donny still in the team? Are you a fan of Donny?
You're
not. I know you're not. I can tell by the way you spoke about it at the start.
No, I was hopeful. I'll be honest with you, open and honest. I was hopeful when they signed him, because I heard good things. I didn't see a lot of him. I always see him in the Champions League, and I was impressed. I feel like since he's come, he's had chance after chance after chance, and he's not really produced anything.
He hasn't, has he?
No. And you can argue till the cows come home. If the manager is not giving you an opportunity that's had you at Ajax, and 2 previous managers are not giving you an opportunity, 3 managers can't be wrong. Now, listen, I'm glad he's got an opportunity again, and hopefully he proves me wrong today. He'll probably be man of the match today and make me look an idiot. But I hope he does, because he's got to kickstart his career with United soon.
What can he do then? Because you're someone that's played league football in his position as a midfielder. Like, what can he do to try and grab a game? Because
for me, he doesn't look fit. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look dynamic. He doesn't, like, when he was at Ajax, he's a ball player. But if you're a ball player, go and get on the ball then and show us. Like, go and get the ball off the back four. Go and play. Get in them pockets. Go and play. He just doesn't do enough for me. And again, you look at Bruno and he's got his tendency to force things or whatever, and but he's always taking risks. He's always on the ball, and you can say what you want about him. He's always wanting the ball in tight areas. He can deal with it, and he wants to create. Van der Beek, a lot of the time, you see him hiding, not wanting to get on the ball, and then he's complaining that he's not getting games. For me, go and show the manager, go and show the fans what you really can do. I think last season he come on against someone for about 20 minutes, and I thought for that 20 minutes he was brilliant.
Watford, was it?
It was Watford when he played that ball. He played an assist. He got an assist. Great through ball. Created a goal. And for that 20 minutes, I was thinking, well, that's a kid from Ajax. You've arrived now. But then you not see it. You go all known at Everton. Doesn't really play at Everton. Comes back to United. He can complain all he wants, but show us then.
Yeah.
That's my rant over. Sorry,
No,
Donny.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that's what a lot of people are saying in the comments. People saying he's a bit of a passenger. It's just, I can list games where Martial has turned it on and won us the game. Rashford turned it on, won us the game. Yeah. Dozens where Bruno has turned it on, won us the game. I can even list games where Fred has been world class, McTominay has been world class in games. I can't give you one game where Donny van der Beek has turned
20
on.
minutes at Watford.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. How long's he been here?
2 years. This is third season.
Third seasons. Come on, mate. Like,
I think no, I agree with all the points you're making, but I also think it's just when things like that happen with players that have got a certain level of ability, have done it on the top level, big Champions League nights and semi-finals and quarter-finals, then you start looking at other aspects, and I fully 100% agree with what you've said and a lot of the points that the fans are making, but I also think what was quite concerning for me in the Villa game was he was making a lot of these like runs in behind the defence to drag defenders in a way and doing the right thing off the ball. Now, what he was doing deeper on the pitch is my issue with him. He's not dynamic enough, like you said. He's not aggressive enough. People saying he's a passenger. You really do that. You really do sense that with Donny. But my feeling is, in that game, Manchester United didn't play to him enough when he was making those runs. And I felt that was... And it's not just a point that I want to make up about Donny. It's a point in general with Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like, when Ronaldo's playing, and I mentioned it at the start of the stream, the ball is just getting played in a certain way where it's this lob ball over the top or the crosses from the half space.
Ten Hag literally admitted that
all the time.
Like, I thought that was a bit of a sort of conspiracy of like, doesn't it seem like we play the ball to Ronaldo too early, too often, like just crossing it in over and over again. And then Ten Hag was like, I don't know why we did that. Like,
did he say? I've not seen him.
Yeah, I'll get the quote
because I've not seen, like, to be fair, I've not like seen any quotes or anything of it, but it's mad to me. It's just like he does this thing, Ronaldo. It's like, because these players, especially the ones that played with him at Real Madrid or like for Portugal, Bruno for years and stuff like that, he does this like one move where he's in the line with the defence and he puts his hands and he's trying to reach a spot, and then you as a player, you're just panicking like, okay, surely it's Ronaldo, like I'll have to cross it in this position, and it doesn't work for Manchester United. I think Manchester United need to go away from just playing solely to him.
So we've got a quote. I think it was Carl Anka, who's been on the show a few times from The Athletic, good journalist, who asked if, this is from on Sky Sports, but obviously quoting the question, it said, asked if he'd encouraged his players to look for the head of Ronaldo to bring him into the game. Ten Hag replied, no, I think it was stupid to do that. We delivered too quickly crosses in from too far and too forcing, as in like forcing it. Then we don't help him. We have to bring crosses in at the right moment. I think in the second half we also brought crosses too quickly in. The right moment was from Eriksen in the first half, and he found the moment in the pocket to deliver the ball to Cristiano at the far post. That was the right moment. But that point there, no, I think it was stupid to do that. Yeah. Basically admitting that the players are like, oh, fuck it, just give it to Ronaldo. And whether that's a worry that like Ronaldo will be pissed off at him if he doesn't, or like you said, he points, so I've got to pass it
as well.
Or whether it's the players kind of hiding behind, like, oh, I'll let him deal with it, like almost the players who are giving the ball being not cowardly, but sort of not standing up and going, what's the best thing for me to
But
do?
it looks
I'll
like
just
they
do it
run out.
easy. I'll just pump it to Ronaldo.
But it looks like a lot of the time they run out of options, which is the problem. Which was this is where it's like Ten Hag when he bought Martial on. Why are you not bringing Martial on to be that focal point through the middle? Keep Ronaldo on if you want to keep him on.
Yeah.
Play Ronaldo on the inside left, but play to someone who can actually bring others into play. Who can be a focal point. Who can be a danger through the middle, because everything just felt, all the danger just felt away from goal, other than Ronaldo, and that's easy to deal with when guys like Mings and Konsa or whoever was playing for Villa on the day know that crosses coming in, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, but then, sorry, I just think that's thick from the lads though, because like you said, you're playing against big units there. Why are you trying to go long
especially straight to the middle as well?
Yeah,
those
it's just
deeper crosses
daft.
to the back post were working. Where you
can isolate the fullback then as well. You can isolate
that
him.
That works, and they were doing that a couple of times and it worked. But too often they just, I think at half time, Mings had like 5 headed clearances, more than anyone else on the pitch. And because we keep chipping it to him. We can just go back to that last quote there. Ten Hag replying about why Anthony, Sancho and Ronaldo are out, and just replying like it's like teletext robot reading the answer. Jadon ill, Cristiano ill, Anthony injured. Just fucking, I love that. Absolutely giving nothing away whatsoever. I saw something about a potential hip flexor issue with Anthony. I don't know if that was confirmed by the club, but that's what I saw on social media yesterday. We've got another one here about Martial saying that he's ready to start. Of course, we are happy with it. He's back, but he needs game practice. It's clear. He starts the game. We'll see how far he can come. I've got Villa's team here, and it's quite a rotated team actually from Villa. So they've got Olsen, Young, Konsa, Chambers, Augustinson, Ramsey, Kamara, Douglas Luiz, McGinn, Watkins and Ings. So if you look at the bench there, you see how many of those players that we remember from the starting lineup at the weekend: Martinez, Cash, Mings, Sanson, Buendia. Nakamba didn't start. Digne, Bailey, and I don't know if Archer started at the weekend. I don't think he did. I think.
No, I don't think.
But either way, they've got 7 of their players who are on that bench started at the weekend. So it's a heavily rotated team for Villa. Are you surprised that they've changed it up as much as that? Because I think that they've got a decent chance of winning, but obviously that much rotation would make them, struggle a little bit more.
Yeah, of course. I feel like it's a bit weird that they've changed that, because I mentioned it at the start of the stream. A team like Villa, they've not got any European competition. They've not got anything to really go for in the season.
It's in the FA Cup for them, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, essentially, it's just them 2 domestic cup competitions. So. It is quite weird how they've gone with a weakened side, and also it's a different side stylistically as well, because they've moved away from having someone like Buendia's not starting, right?
No. So Buendia and Bailey both out.
Bailey, so that is quite weird. But again, it's Ings and Watkins. Does that mean that's a front 2 and he's trying to play like a midfield block? Like in that horrible Spanish Villarreal way that he was playing last season with that Villarreal team. And when we played against them, because a lot of the time what he was doing last season was he'd play Danjuma and Moreno, I think, up front, and they'd have like a midfield block of 4 in like the Simeone style. So could be just trying to frustrate Man United in that way. I don't know, but Manchester United should be beating that team.
Yeah, it should be.
With our team, we should be beating them today.
Can we bring up United's squad again? Just want to talk about a particular person. Martin Dubravka making his debut for Manchester United tonight. When we signed him, what was it, like a £5 million loan fee? So it's not, I know it's not a lot of money, but, well, in football terms, but it's not an insignificant amount of money. It's not like a free transfer. We put some money behind this. Are you surprised he's only just starting a game for Manchester United?
No.
You don't think
he's not going, like, you got De Gea as your first choice.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's probably here for these type of games where De Gea needs to be taken out for a rest and stuff like that. So also as well, it keeps De Gea on his toes, because if he's dropping some clangers, then you've got a very, very good replacement to come in. He was very good at Newcastle. He had some fantastic games against us, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's, well, obviously whether Ten Hag knew him, but he's had some great games against us. But yeah, fair play to him. Debut for him.
Yeah, good luck to him. What do you make of him, Abdul? Do you like him?
Yeah, to be fair, I won't say that I've known much of what he can do on the ball up until he actually joined us, because there was a lot of clips going around from his time before Newcastle playing for the national team and stuff like that, where he was actually getting a lot more on the ball, and with the centre back splitting up and his team's playing a lot higher Whereas like at Newcastle were playing so deep. I think that he had to deal with crosses a bit more, which he did okay with. He had a few odd times like where it's gone bad for him, but a lot of the time, like you said, he's had some great moments, and especially against Manchester United, he's had some big games. But I think, what's interesting is I really want to see what he can do on the ball, because that's where you can provide competition with David De Gea. And like you said, you keep David De Gea on his toes, and you also give him a rest. I think the plan was probably to play him in a couple of Europa games, but after that first loss, we've always had this conversation on it, that first loss sort of derailed that, match rotation and what we wanted to do. And because he rotated quite a bit in that first Europa game, didn't he? And then it sort of went wrong. Had we won that, could have probably got like a game against Ammonia and whatnot. But I'm happy for him. So it's always a big moment for you. He'll know how big of an occasion it is for him. Of course, like, having the debut for Manchester United. How old is he now?
I think he's 34, Dubravka.
Is he? Wow.
Let's have a look.
I thought he was a lot younger, to be fair.
33, excuse me. He'll be 34 in January, so. I
thought he was still in his 20s, but again, it's a moment like for him that he'll probably cherish, making an appearance at Manchester United at that age,
and The other thing worth remembering as well is this competition might be his only games for United this season. So he's going to want to win this as much as anyone, just to play again. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we get obviously we've got Barcelona in the Europa League. We don't know who we'll get in the FA Cup yet, but if we get a top team in the FA Cup, you'd assume De Gea would play.
Yeah, most probably.
This could be his only chance for games this season, so he needs to put in a good performance, and hopefully he can.
Definitely.
You've coached Diogo Dalot before.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Are you surprised by the improvement from him? Because when you coached him, he was a sort of squad player in and out of the team. Now he's starting right back every week. Wan-Bissaka doesn't even exist, basically. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
even play for Man United.
No.
And Dalot's been one of the better right backs in the league this season.
Yeah, I think.
Are you happy, obviously? But like,
no, I'm buzzing.
Did you see this player in him when you were coaching him? When was it that you were coaching him?
So during lockdown,
right,
it was the first time. It was the first time I coached him. I've worked with him since, but even then, you could see his quality. Like, really great guy, great quality, loves the club, wants to succeed at the club. I think the best thing he did was go to AC Milan on loan. That made him. He went there, played loads of games, proved himself, obviously good, decent league in Europe, come back, took his chance here, and now, like I said at the start of the stream, he's starting to prove why he's been in the team. He's getting the respect to the fans, respect to the manager, respect to the players as well, because some of them players might have been thinking, he's a bit of a squad rotation player. He's here and there, but now he's earned the respect to that, earned the respect of everyone, and long may it continue. Because, like I said, he loves the club. He's a top guy, and always a fan of the channel and stuff like that. He's really good, but the quality was always there. I think for me, what I've been impressed with over the last couple of weeks is his defensive side of things. I think that was a massive question mark with him.
Like for a long time, it was always like, he's got a decent cross on him.
Great delivery.
He's decent on the ball. His build-up plays good, but like he used to. I bring up every time, but it's the best example. I think the Danjuma, him versus Danjuma against Villarreal in the group stages last season, where he just got torn to shreds,
torn apart.
And then this season, one-on-ones he's looking better.
Brilliant.
Like the other week against West Ham, he's marking Mikel Antonio at the back post, beating him for headers, staying with his man, getting tackles in. He's come so far on that side of things, hasn't he?
The on the ball stuff, like you said, Joe, it was never in question, but it's a massive part of the game, and I think he's proven now that side of the game he's come on leaps and bounds, and he's not just he's great going forward. Now he's turning himself into a all-round fantastic wing-back, right-back, or wherever he plays. So, like I said, long may it continue.
When we did the video, me and Joe, probably around May, when Ten Hag got announced, and we did the players we expect to, maybe have an impact. One of them, oddly, was Donny. Fortunately, hasn't, but one of the players that I mainly highlighted was Diogo Dalot. Now, I've always been a fan of Dalot. I always felt that he's always had people misjudge him because they're like, this wasn't going off last year because he had his fair chance under Ralph, but previous to that, you'd hear people say, he's been here for 2 years and he's done nothing. But football doesn't work like that, because I remember hearing frustrations, from people around him and stuff like that about, the fact he had 20 minutes against Brighton, then that was it. It was in the League Cup away from home a couple of years ago. I think Pogba scored a free kick in that game. But he had a chance that game and then that was it. And then Ollie had never given him his fair shot, and I felt he's someone that just, again, you mentioned the point about, you know, how much he wants to make it at Man United, how much he wants to, you know, be the main starting right back at the club, and he seems like he's always had that intention, and he brings that on the pitch. You can tell that's the mentality that he has of that West Ham game. Very difficult situations. How many even good defensive right backs would struggle on a night like that? Nice. The amount of crosses that were getting pinged into that back post, I dealt with very well. So,
if you just
a lot of appreciation for him.
Yeah, looking at a few stats of him from this season compared to other Premier League defenders, he's in the top 20% for interceptions, aerials won, dribbles completed, progressive passes, shots, balls into the box, long passes completed, key passes, passes into the penalty area, crosses into the penalty area, through balls. Just like he's hitting good numbers on so many different metrics at the moment. And I'll be honest, looking at his stats, he's not someone where he's like in the 99th percentile for loads of things where you go, Jesus Christ, no one is better than you at this. But like, he's just hitting such good numbers on so many different things. Aerials won, top 15%, ball recoveries, top 15%, tackles won, top 17%. Like, he's just really good in so many different areas. And that's just, it's good to have a player on that side where maybe he's not got quite the sort of, you know, the high top end of, like, you know, the crossing of Trent Alexander-Arnold, or the driving and the finishing ability of Reece James or whatever.
It's just getting
and he's probably not quite in their league, but he's making himself a player where, like, he can get the ball in the box, he can tackle, he can win the balls in the air, he can be trusted to hold the ball and bring the ball forward. And I, to be honest, didn't think he'd ever get to that point for Man United.
The point that I was making on that Ten Hag video that we're talking about was, I was comparing a lot of players across different you know, roles in the Ajax team, and just, you know, having a look at, you know, Tadic, comparing him to maybe Rashford and Bruno in terms of, you know, where the impact can come when they get in the inside of the pitch. You know, if they start wide, I said, you know, potentially Bruno could start wide, which will be interesting if we see that. But one player that I did compare with was Mazraoui. Now, Mazraoui was a really raw sort of player in the first, you know, period that Ten Hag was there, and he felt like he needed a lot of work. Wasn't consistently starting, but down the line now, he was wanted by many clubs. Bayern Munich ended up signing him. He really leveled his game up, and he actually, when you look at his goal contributions across the board in terms of, you know, across the couple of seasons, at Ajax, his best season by far was his last season, and I feel he reached that level where he was going into the area, becoming a threat at the back post, becoming a threat of ending up in the box. And I actually see those parts of his game, Dalot, but I think what he's actually been hurt with this season quite a bit is the lack of having that consistent partner down the line. He felt like you had that with Sancho. Whatever's happened with Sancho, the being out of form, having to play on the left, and then obviously always being ill for some reason this season. But it's the same thing with Anthony as well, which, by the way, is a point I really want to mention about Sancho in a second. Is, can we actually, I want to stop mentioning this now.
Maybe he's just got a bad immune system.
I really like Jadon Sancho. This sounds like I hate him because
white blood celled out to fuck. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's not gone.
What's happened to the guy, bro? I sat here for years asking us to sign Sancho. From the moment that guy touched Dortmund, I never thought City would let go of him. Like, me and Steve, like a while back, went and watched. This is how long ago it was, but it was Brahim Diaz, Foden, and Sancho playing for City.
Yeah.
I think it was like, must have been 2016, something like 2017, along that time. And I remember just looking at him like, wow, this kid, like, again, driving up people. You said it really well earlier, like, how do you know, he uses people as a bounce board, like, where he just passes it and in really good and tight spaces, has that intensity, has that, you know, when you just look at a player and you could just tell mentally, in a weird way, you could tell it mentally where they're at, and you just think, he really loves it. He really loves this game. Really wants to get at his defender. He's really aggressive, and he's got that intensity. But since being at Manchester United, I'm just thinking, I don't see the same player. I've watched too much of him for you to tell me that is the same player. What's happened to him? Whenever I have convos with people, I'm always thinking, I always say to them, like, has he sort of reached what he wants in terms of, I've got this big contract at Manchester United now, and he's sort of mentally checked out now. I'm not going to sit here and chat because I'm not a Manchester United player. I'm not a professional Premier League player and say it's easy, because it might not be. You know, maybe he's going through stuff off the pitch. I don't know what's happened with him, but a lot of players, especially with the way money's being thrown about now and at that age, when you get stuff handed to you, big contract, over 200k a week, at that age, What do you think? Because someone tweeted this earlier, yeah, and they said, my worrying thing with Sancho not making the England team is the fact that he probably doesn't care now. I don't know.
We don't know that he cares, do we?
But then
We can't say that he doesn't
but then
care.
say when he doesn't care is the fact that the intensity in his game all season leading up to a World Cup season hasn't been good enough. So he's not showed me enough that he cares.
Yeah, but if you're Southgate,
That's what
off
I don't
performances,
understand.
you're never taking him. You're never taking him off performances, and rightly so. He's not done enough to get in that England squad. But like you said, as a professional footballer, that having a look at that squad today and you're not in that's got to hurt you.
Of course.
And
Those
I
space,
agree in what you're saying regarding his intensity and the way he's playing. He doesn't deserve to be on that plane. And he'll know that himself, I think. Being around professional players and stuff like that, and being a professional, you know yourself when you're not quite at it. It's like on your day-to-day work. You know when you're having a bad day. You know what I mean? And it's no different with footballers. He'll know his form's not been good enough to go to that World Cup, and he needs to put a rocket up his backside and get back to where he was.
But
when
that's
we
what
signed him.
confused me, and you make a good point. I think he'll know where his situation's at, but I think Marcus Rashford coming to this season off his worst season probably at Manchester United, and he's gone, all right, I've come here, a manager has given me opportunity to play on the left. I know that unfortunately he's had to move back out to the right, and he's had to make a lot of makeshift games where he's played through the middle and not been clinical enough and so on and so forth. But in between those games where you're like, yeah, a bit worrying or whatever, he's actually brought a level of physicality and intensity. And the game that stood out for me the most for Marcus Rashford this season was that Tottenham game, because actually he missed a lot of chances that he should have scored.
Yeah.
Done probably really well with the one with his left foot where he traps in, composed. But he was so physical with those Tottenham defenders, constantly making it a nightmare. I've not seen a player... I've not seen it many times anyways in my lifetime. I've watched Conte at Juventus, I've watched Conte at Inter, I've watched Conte at Chelsea, I've watched Conte at Spurs. I've never seen a player terrorise a Conte defence in the way that he does. He was up in their face, he was winning headers, he was physical, and I don't really consider it. A lot of the time Marcus will just shy away from a header. I'm like, what are you doing? Letting the ball bounce and things like that. But you really felt there was a hunger that game. That's when I compare it to Jadon Sancho. With the talent he has, I don't see that on the pitch. I know what his game is.
desire.
Where's that fight? Where's that? It feels it's too easy to nudge him off the ball sometimes. I don't ever see him getting like a physical, and it doesn't really matter how big you are. We've seen Eden Hazard, we've seen Raheem Sterling, we've seen a lot of players that can get quite physical and can get up in your face a lot of the time and make it a bit of a nasty game for you, no matter how big you are. And it's quite disappointing because I really want it to work for him, but I really want to know what's happening with this illness, because a lot of the time he was out ill last season. He's out ill this season. So what is it like? Is there something we don't know?
Maybe there is.
I don't know.
So, on the Rashford one, I think you make a very good point. Rashford's took a lot of stick off United fans, off football fans, off everyone really. And
Right.
I'd just like to say fair play to him, because he's got his head down. He's put in performances that are worthy for him to be on that plane. You forget that he got left out, didn't he? Of the couple of squads where you're thinking, oh Jesus, it's not looking
first
good.
squad since the Euros,
It's
he got injured when
it's not looking good. And look at him now; he's turned it round, and I think that's testament to him as well. So he deserves a lot of credit
with
for
Rashford
that.
as well is that you've got to remember, he's good for a big game. You can trust him in a big game. The amount of goals he scored against Chelsea, City, Liverpool, PSG.
He really exploits space, can he?
Down the years, he's someone that is not remember, Lukaku was one where he was known for it when he just couldn't score against top 6 teams, didn't score in big games, and that's always been a problem that's sort of been with him. If you're Gareth Southgate picking a team for a tournament, and obviously missed the penalty in the final, but that's not a performance-based goal. That's just a stand in front of a penalty. But Marcus Rashford is someone that I would trust in a big situation. Even after that penalty miss, I still would. So I think he deserves to be going.
No, he does.
Just a couple of other mentions for that. Maguire, he's going. Does that surprise you, or do you think he deserves to be going to the
I'm
World
surprised
Cup?
he's going. Maguire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm surprised. Just due to the lack of games, I think, again, and sounds mad, Southgate's got a tendency to pick people on previous tournaments or previous squads or whatever rather than on merit, and I think he's I don't want to hate on him because, you know, I think he's been very lucky to get in that squad. Now, the question is, well, who else would you take? I don't know who else I would take. But
Tomorrow is the one that's been mentioned a lot. But the problem, the problem with Tomorrow, it's not his fault, but he doesn't have a real England career to speak of.
No.
Like, yes, he probably deserves to be given one now, and he should be getting chances. But when Southgate is picking what's probably going to be his last tournament, he's got to rely on the people that he knows.
I get that.
I can understand why he doesn't pick a Tomorrow that has how many caps he got for England? Two.
I think he's got one or two.
More, but that's not. You know, he hasn't.
But if you go back to Maguire, and again, it's the same with Calvin Phillips, for example. They've probably not played enough games, or well, it's different because Maguire's probably playing more games than Calvin Phillips, but they've picked him because clearly he might be good around the place. He might be a leader. He might be, you know, what the lads need there. It's a major tournament. You're going away.
I wouldn't take away from. Now, I'm all for people giving stick for Maguire where it's fair and where it's due, because I think he gets enough of that.
For England, he's been brilliant for England.
Tactically, for what Southgate wants to do, I don't agree with it. I don't like the way England play. But what Southgate tries to do is the Euros. I think anyone who watched enough football in the Euros, you're lying if you say he wasn't one of the best centre backs.
He was brilliant. He's been brilliant for England.
One of the best centre backs on the day, so on the tournament. So it's absolutely baffling to me that people misregard that and say, "Oh, well, that's not a fair argument," or like,
no, I think
an argument. But I do agree is the fact that it still is the fact that he only had 3 Premier League games. It's quite baffling. Yeah, it's very baffling.
For me, I get what you're saying, Joe, about, you know, we can trust him and he's been around the place and stuff like that. I get that, and you do need that at major tournaments. But I think some of the lads that have missed out probably deserve to go because they've been top form and deserve to go on merit, not because, you know, you've been to this tournament or that tournament. But when you put everything together, you do need that. I understand that. But there'll be a few disappointed players, because if you're looking at that, like, how many games has Calvin Phillips played? 1 or 2?
Yeah.
And he's going to the World Cup. And you look at
Calvin Phillips don't make any sense.
You know, that's mental.
I can't believe this. Right, I show Speed, by the way, who is
smashed it.
Hilarious.
He smashed it.
Like, I think he's fantastic. I know he's ridiculous and whatever, and I don't know how much of it's a character and how much of it's real. But the fact that he is on the Sky Sports official coverage, like some just like American lad who started off like. Yeah, honestly, fair play to him, because he is funny, but funny.
You reckon he'll finally meet Ronaldo?
No, he's not in the squad. He's not even at the ground.
He's not at the ground.
I don't think so.
Because Ronaldo, when he's not in the squad, usually watches the game in his box.
When he is in the squad, he usually watches at home. Because he fucking walks off at half time. So,
because last year, that was
as if Ronaldo's going to be there when he's not even in the squad.
No, but last year he was in that little corner of his family, wasn't he?
To be fair.
Joe with his Ronaldo agenda really showing.
It's not my agenda. He's the one who walked off. He's the one who refused to get subbed and walked off. I didn't do that.
And in fairness, that was last season. This season, he's straight in that car because someone actually filmed him before the game had even. How does he even do it that quick, by the way, in that Spurs game? He got subbed off and he walked.
He's definitely not had a shower the day.
He's great. Right. Let's get your score predictions in the comments. 5 minutes till kick-off. Let me know just tell me what's going to happen. Because I can't be arsed with all this worry, this fear that goes into watching a match. If people at home can just tell me what the score's going to be, I can stop worrying. Do you know what I mean? So get your score predictions in. Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Give me your score prediction.
I'm going 2-0 United.
Who's scoring?
I'm going Rashford and I'm going Bruno.
Nice.
I'm going with my. You know what my prediction is?
3-1.
3-1.
It's always 3-1.
Joe's a good listener.
Thank you.
It's always 3-1. Never changes. Pre-season, regular season, never changes. 3-1.
Have we won a game 3-1 this season?
Can someone comment?
Have we won 3-1?
Have we won 3-1? I don't think we have. I think there's one.
We lost 3-1 last game. Does that count?
Shit, maybe I shouldn't.
He didn't say he was going to.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I think last game was the only time I've not said 3-1.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure.
We beat Arsenal 3-1. That's the only 3-1 this season.
I'll take that though.
That's a good one. To be fair,
I think last game was the first one that I didn't say 3-1 because I was very nervous.
If you'd have said 3-1, you'd have been right.
What about you, Joe?
Also, sorry to stop you, Joe, but my goal scorers.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, my bad.
Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, and Donny van der Beek.
Oh, go on.
Go on,
lad.
give Donny a go.
Go on.
He's only 17, you know, I show speed.
John McGinn for Villa.
17, is it?
Apparently, according to internet.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? He's a madman. He's a cannon, but fair play.
He's great.
He's smashed it.
He's actually like that, innit? Like,
Is it?
he's
It's just funny.
just
Isn't it?
madman.
Right. Score predictions. Some of them have come in. Right. Listen to this then. Arta says 4-0.
Okay.
Ross Murphy says 2-0.
To who, though?
Man United. 2-0 United, he says. Sven says 1-0 United. Brian Hurley. Donny man of the match. Mark my words.
Mark
I'll
your
hold you
words.
to that, mate.
I'll mark my trousers if he is. Let alone marking your words. Jesus.
Jordan McGinn walking off.
Mo Wadder says 3-0 McFred and Rashi. Wow, I love that. Both of them getting on the score
John
sheet.
McGinn's a lovely bloke, by the way.
Have you met him?
Yeah. Honestly, proper hilarious guy.
Is he?
Like, he's so fucking funny. He's we're doing like a Scotland like shoot basically with like the couple of the international players.
Yeah.
And he was just like great vibes. You know when you like, do you know when you ever meet, like, obviously worked with a lot of players, but
Yeah.
I've not met many in my time, like, other than like with my last job and stuff.
Yeah.
They always, some of them just feel a bit like awkward, but like you don't blame them because it's just like around people you don't
Yeah,
know and
no.
stuff like that. But he was proper as you treat like
Bubbly.
he's your mate.
Who
Just bubbly.
of
having
the
a laugh.
players you've met?
Yeah.
Who are like some that stand out as like particularly down to earth or friendly or just like good blokes or women?
Well, I'll listen. I said, I've been asked this question before. Not one of the lads that I've worked with has ever been like, I'm not thinking, he's a bit of a
Like,
idiot or whatever.
dickhead.
They're all like, dead good guys. Like,
That's good.
Fred's a cannon.
I was going to say Fred must
Fred's
be
a cannon. Yeah, cannon.
I reckon Fred. Do you know they used to say like Danny Welbeck was great for the dressing room?
Fred's class.
Fred must
Yeah.
be great for the dressing room
So
because
we was doing-
is he as likeable as he seems?
Oh mate, he was doing shooting. He was doing shooting drills, and Fred, like, as the fans know, he's not the best at finishing.
No.
And even he's hitting them over, and then when I'll say Bruno hits one over, all you hear is cacao, cacao, and all this, like taking the mick out of him, going laughing, like getting in his head.
that's
And I'm
nice,
thinking,
isn't it?
you scored a goal here, bud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The audacity.
But he's
to take
just
the
a
piss out of
cannon.
Bruno, and he's not
Bruno
scored
was
one.
cool. Dalot was just chill, like yeah. All the lads that I work with are
Have you ever worked
you know,
with like non like Man United players?
Yeah, work with work with some City players. Work with
Class.
I'll start name dropping shortly, but
They just had Harry Maguire on the screen there, and do you know, like when like there's like a journalist or not a journalist, a pundit, and it'll say like Rio Ferdinand 5 times Premier League winner,
Yeah.
or it'll be like Graham Souness, whatever, like what they've won. It just came up. Harry Maguire, 3-time League Cup semi-finalist.
Oh, stop.
That's his accolades.
Oh my God.
I know it's League Cup
I was gonna
centric
say,
stats, but it's slightly
that is
like
mental.
You know, you see Paul Scholes at BT Sport, and it says like 10-time Premier League winner. And it's, but yeah, Harry Maguire's got to 3 League Cup semi-finals. That's better than any of us have ever done.
Yep, correct.
So, I'll take it. Have you ever played in the League Cup?
Yes, I have played against Newcastle.
Did you?
Accrington, yeah. Well, I was on the bench.
Still though.
Yeah, decent.
Is that
What
the
year
biggest
was
game
that?
you've been a part of? Would you say? You can't have played against Premier League opposition more. Were they in the Premier
Played
League?
against
then?
United pre-season, but
Did you? Were they Premier League Newcastle then, or were they Championship?
Championship, I think. yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, United pre-season, Newcastle.
Who's the best player you've ever played against? Has
that's a
anyone ever just
tough
been
question.
like, fucking hell, who was it? What was it?
Ravel Morrison was
Was
a
it?
joke, yeah. And then it's mad because it's gone full circle because I work with him now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Coaching him?
Yeah, so
What teams have you played for?
played for United from 6 to 14, Blackburn from 14 to 16. Then I was at Accrington Stanley from 16 to 22. Played in the Football League and then went down semi-pro, played loads of games semi-pro, and now I'm just running the best one-to-one business in
Love it.
the UK. Now I'm joking. I'm
RH
joking.
Elite Coaching.
Yeah,
Make
check
sure
it
you
out. Instagram, follow. Nice
Give
one.
it,
Up
give
the
it a
RH.
good follow.
That's it. Ravel was class though. I remember first time I'd watched Ravel live was in the FA Youth Cup final against Sheffield United, which coincidentally Harry Maguire was playing in that game. There's a couple ballers in that game for Man United.
Yeah.
He was unreal. Like,
Yeah, he's brilliant.
and I used to go to this like Manchester United Foundation thing in Seymour Park in Old Trafford. Kicks it was.
Okay.
It was quite cool. So I remember all the young lads there. Like when we used to go there every Friday. It was like an open thing to all the local kids. It was lovely, and I remember all the kids just hyping up like, "Oh, this is Ravel, like Ravel's class." Because a lot of people around there knew him.
Really good
and I
guy.
went and watched him. I was like, "Wow!" Like I'd never seen anything like him. Like at that age group, he was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, very good.
Danny says Maguire form from a year ago, then bring back Rio. There is a difference between 1 year and 9 years. Like, I get the point, but there's not been that many England games in the last 12 months, and no one has sort of come in and taken that spot in the meantime.
Yeah.
RH is 3'2" according to Wikipedia. We had this last time.
Listen, I need to address this. This has done me head in, right? So, last time I was on here, right?
Man. This is not good.
Last time I was on here, they changed my size. Yeah, I'm 5'7", and I'm seeing it, and I'm 3'2". How was that, guys? Come on, sort it out. Like, what's going on
Ryan
here?
Hopper, born 30th of November 1993. Is that
yes,
right?
correct. Yeah,
slightly younger.
That's one of the viewers then doing it, isn't it?
28 years old. Oh, it's your birthday in 3 days.
Correct.
Happy birthday. What are you doing for it? The big 20. The 29 is the biggest birthday
29.
you can have, because it's the last year that you're young.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? You got to take advantage, because once you're 30, you start being like a 30-year-old man. But you're still saying like 29-year-old boy. I think.
29.
So that's correct.
That's everything's correct.
It says full name up the RH.
See what I mean? These are killing me here. You know what? It sounds mad. This.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at that, you're thinking, yeah, you know what? I'm on Wikipedia, and then you see people messing with it up the RH, 3'2". Like, I'm proud of the Wikipedia. You know what I mean?
It does say 3'2".
Mental. Get that, Ethan. Change that for me there, bud.
Is it true that you joined Droylsden on a 3-month loan?
Yes, I was on loan. Yeah.
Okay. So
it needs updating. It needs updating. Anyone who's good on that Wikipedia stuff, if you want to message me so I can tell you all my stats and how many appearances I've made for all my clubs, I will tell you, because it does need updating, because I would love it updating.
Oh, hang about. I can edit it.
Can you? Don't be messing with it. Do it properly if you're going to do it.
On this bad boy.
Don't be doing. And I was in Hollywood films.
It actually will let me. Hi, someone's changed it to 7'4" now. There you go. That's better.
7'4", seriously.
Oh, no, 5'10". That's still wrong.
No, I'm 5'7", like 5'7", guys. Come
Why
on.
wouldn't you want to be 5'10" though on the thing?
Nah, but because if someone sees me, like, you're not 5'10", you're 5'6". You know what I mean? It's got to be accurate, hasn't it?
How tall are you, Abdul? If you've been honest.
5'10".
So that 5'8".
He's defo 5'7", 100%.
So stand up, go on.
I'm not standing up. I've got my tights on.
I've done that last time. Done that last time. Yeah,
Fred has
I'm
immediately
actually
kicked into
me. 5'10", yeah.
Yeah, I was 5'10".
5'10", yeah.
Hey, what's that, Ethan?
5'10" centimetres shorter than you say you are.
5'10". Did you do a minute silence then, by the way?
Please.
Minute silence for the remembrance, yeah?
Yeah, they did, yeah. Can we get one more volume, please?
Nice.
That already from
Martial
Martial.
dropping deep.
Here we go.
There we go, Malasia.
What do you think of him?
I like him. I don't think he's world class or outstanding.
Reminds me of Evra when he first come.
Yeah.
Like raw. He's a bit raw, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think
there's a
good.
player there, isn't there?
And he's hard working, and he's a lot to like about him.
Yeah.
Lindelof. Here he is, Dubravka.
There's your man here.
Go on then,
Nice
find a
little,
pass. What you
nice
got,
little
lads?
dinky now.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
beautiful
it.
pass. One of the best I've seen that.
Great start
What
to
was
his
the last
debut.
game you were on, Ryan? Do you remember?
No, I can't remember, but it was a win because the previous times that I was on, I was fuming because I didn't come on for a win, and then I got a win the last one that I was on.
Good. So you're lucky. You're a good luck.
I'm a good luck
now.
at the moment. Yeah, it could.
Bloody hell.
Okay, no.
I know you said he's good with his feet, but he's stitching him up there, aren't they?
Yeah. Not giving him much options. Many options, should I say?
Yes, Bruno.
Go on, Bruno.
Bruno's going to be up for this, isn't it, today?
Yeah.
Nice, you. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
it's
done
nice.
very well, by the way. He's done very well.
Do you like the high fives and the?
I love that. You know what I like?
Hugs and that for
The passion. You know, like Martinez and Dalot. You know, like up for it. Like I love that. I think it's gone from the game a little bit.
I agree. No, I love
I
it.
like stuff like that.
Some of it, maybe people say sometimes, oh, it's not real, it's fake or whatever. But
Nah,
do you know that like thing where like if you smile enough or if you laugh, you can actually make yourself laugh properly, even if there's nothing to laugh at. Like, and I've sat in the dark, smiling and laughing to myself before. But eventually, you're actually genuinely laughing, and it's almost like that, where it's like maybe at first they were kind of faking it a bit, like but eventually you get to the point where that helps you, that makes you feel better, that's a serious thing, that passion. So yeah, I love it.
Played.
Very good.
Very well.
Let's pop it with the right foot back in there. Check your shoulders, man.
Fred's shorts look quite long.
How tall is Fred?
Tiny.
You'll know.
Tiny.
Is he smaller than
you? Yeah, I think he is smaller than me,
Yeah, he's got to be like 5'6" or
he's got to be 3'2", I think.
Let's see what yours says now.
Make sure they've gone to
People messing with it, man. It does me head in,
Yours is so editable, your Wikipedia. You don't even have to log in.
Is it serious?
Oh, no.
Someone's made it.
Can I get someone to proper do it? Like
2'10" now.
No, but then people are going to keep changing it now.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. I come on here.
It's good that you've got a Wikipedia, though. When you get one, Abdul.
I'm not big enough for that.
Well, you're bigger than 2'10", so you're certainly big enough to have one.
Wait until I'm on the Qatar World Cup.
Yeah,
maybe after that.
Love that.
You've got a soccer base profile.
Yeah. Transfer market and all that. Yeah.
No.
See, that's big time. That
is big time.
It's huge. I would have been.
It just needs updated because when someone goes on it, because quite a lot of people will go on it because of the coaching and stuff. Yeah. But because it's not up to date, it does me head in. I would rather have it all the clubs and appearances. Then it looks more professional.
Do you know them all?
Yeah, don't worry about me, mate.
Why don't you edit it then?
Nah, I can't. I'm not good at that sort of stuff.
No, but if you just press edit.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it to me. How weird's that? I'll edit me on Wikipedia. Someone's got to do it for me.
That's the sort of like, do you know, like the old your dad sells Avon?
Yeah,
you edit your own Wikipedia.
That's like saying I'm a footballer, but my dad was a footballer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're only a footballer because your dad was a footballer.
When did you start like going for the coaching stuff then? Was it while you were
while I was at Accrington, yeah.
Is that semi-pro then, Accrington?
No pro. We're in League One at the moment.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say it's not.
Where were they when you played for them?
League Two I played in, yeah. But while you're there, obviously with the PFA and the FA, this is a very good part. They obviously put you through your coaching badges. And obviously the club will pay for it and the PFA will pay for it. So I just made sure I made the most of it and as I say, it stood me in good stead. It's a short career. It's a short career football. Even people that have top careers and long careers, it is a short career. It goes so fast. You need to have. That's lovely from Dalot, by the way. You need to have the next phase of
Maguire.
Very good. You need to have that next phase of what you're going to do, and that's
good start from everyone.
Was it difficult
here, other than Fred,
accepting that? Like, obviously, you came through at United, and then Blackburn, obviously, still Premier League. Then,
there was Premier.
Was it difficult accepting that kind of? I'm not going to make it in the sort of top level.
It is, and it isn't. It's all about character, innit? Like, you can't. Football's a game of opinions at the end of the day. So one person might not fancy you, but like I said, when I left Blackburn, I was going to Accrington, and I was already offered a professional contract before I even went. So I knew that I was going with a bit of security and stuff that. And in my second year in the youth team, I just kicked on and got in the first team, and it all started to come into reality. And I was in front of, at that time, I was in front of like lads that was still at United because they was always playing 18s or they was playing always 23s or reserves, like, as it was. So I was playing league football while they was.
Yeah,
some of them.
That wasn't trying to be a dig, by the way.
No. I'm not being dig. Yeah. 100%. That's your dream, innit?
Yeah,
no, I don't feel it like that.
Because it hurt me when I didn't, and I never had a chance. So I wonder someone who did have a chance of playing.
Don't get me wrong. You know, when you get that sort of, when you release and stuff, it breaks your heart and stuff. Is have a good family network around you, and even for young players now, it's a difficult time because you think it's the be-all and end-all. It's, the message to the young players out there, and even in youth team, you're not getting offered pro contracts. There is a road for you. You got to stay positive, and it's a roller coaster. It's up and down, isn't it? Yeah. Even at the professional game, these lads, these will have roller coaster. Ronaldo at the moment, he's up and down, and he's having challenging, he's adversity and stuff like that. So it's a good knock. Don't come anywhere. Oh, he's done well. So you've got to stay positive. You've got to stay positive. That's the message, anyway.
Good. I like that. And there's still like a very good career to be had from this stuff that you can learn as a professional footballer, semi-pro.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting little start. Martial, good hold-up play, then just gave the ball away. Didn't looked a bit rusty, like, he's not played much, which is fair enough, but good seeing him on the ball.
Fred's just everything's bobbling off him.
Yeah,
man.
it's quite. Yeah, it is.
I love them passes from Lindelof. You know.
Hold
I'll
on.
name some
But-
markers there.
I'm lucky. I think we're looking to play, like you said there, we're looking to play in tight areas as well,
Lindelof.
which is good. You're just playing the ball, you know, like lads are trusting each other with it. It's a great knock, by the way.
Villa, innit? Have you
Go on then, Bruno. Oh, keeper's done
Well in
well.
Malacia though.
Really high
love that
line.
attempt for the ball.
They were doing
So
this against us
attempting
the other
that
day,
pass.
and we just didn't have anyone on the pitch that could exploit it. Like Ronaldo
It's a great
can't do
knock,
it.
by the way.
Yeah.
I
I think he was meant for that for Martial, but
Yeah,
the
that's
intent
just-
was there, was lovely, wasn't
It's
it?
put in a very dangerous
Yeah,
area.
it's good
there,
that. I
innit?
like that.
And you can already tell the thing we were talking about with Martial, how he can go the other way. Like he doesn't just want the ball in front, like
Yeah, he can
into the
drop
space. He was dropping in. Link ups haven't really worked out so far, but he's offering something different. Ball out to Rashford, like corner.
good
It's a
knock.
great
Go on,
ball.
Oh,
just
Maguire.
too far.
Still, Malacia keeps,
sloppy from the
should
back.
do better there.
So look at
Come
that,
on.
just
Okay.
too high for Maguire. That
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
But good. That's where those crosses are meant to go, to the back post,
good.
where you've got two men on one. Maguire and Malacia on the overload there. That was good.
I really want us to like win the League Cup. You know, like I don't want us
Win
to just
something.
win
Fucking love a
something.
trophy this season.
It would be
Win
great.
something,
Yeah.
innit?
Top
like-
4 and like a League Cup or FA Cup would just. It's
Brilliant.
exactly the start you want.
That'd be our
100%
best
mark,
season since 2013.
without a doubt.
We've not won a trophy and finished top 4, have we?
Especially in the circumstances. No,
Did we?
think
Did we
you
finish
finished
top
top
4 when we won
four.
the League Cup?
We won.
No, in the same
finished top
season.
4
Oh, sorry.
and we won the FA Cup.
No, we didn't. We finished
didn't.
6th under or
Van
5th or
Gaal.
6th under Van Gaal. Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
we didn't finish
you're
top
right,
4 when
yeah.
we won the Europa League. Did we finish top 4 when we won the League Cup under Jose? I think we maybe did.
Yeah, I think we did.
Didn't we?
That was
no,
Popper
no, no.
and
We won.
Zlatan were there with them, was it?
No, we won the League
No?
Cup. We won the League Cup and Europa League in the same season under Jose. We've not won a trophy when we've.
Go on then.
Great ball
Cut
from
it back.
Marcus.
Cut it back. Oh, it's great defending, by the way. It's Ashley Young. Very good.
If he quickly cuts that back, Malacia, like. I don't
Very
know if he
good.
had enough time. Great ball from Marcus. A lovely run from Malacia, to be fair. Yeah, Fairs, there's not much you could do there, but well played.
Fair play. Like we've started, going forward, the midfield runners and everyone's making nice runs, sliding through. The intent's there, innit? The tempo and the intensity is good.
Look at this little absolute rugby line out going on in the middle of the penalty spot. Yeah, penalty box.
Good start from Man United.
Yeah.
I like this.
Go on then.
Surprised no one's there though. Like I know it wasn't the greatest cross, but
Come on, mate.
all
Where
seem to
you
be the
going
same.
there, bud?
Fred went like the wrong way for a minute there, didn't he? Like caught out by the spin of it.
there's definitely a high line here that we can.
I can
He's got
say
to
it.
go for that pass.
Don't know whether he's offside, is he not?
Surely.
Yeah, he's offside.
You could tell it was just because Bruno hesitated with the pass, couldn't you? Well, that's good though.
That's
They're
the
playing a
issue,
weird
though.
line, aren't they, Villa? Like
Very high,
like,
innit?
Yeah, really high.
It's like
mad.
It's like proper Tottenham Pochettino
It's
line.
mad that, especially at Old Trafford, the pitch is massive.
I know,
so
yeah.
You say Tottenham Pochettino, but what works for that is the fact that as a team it works because you got like an aggressive front line, you got an aggressive midfield.
Yeah.
But if you look at the personnel that Villa have, it's like what we said. It's like meant to be like a compact sort of system.
Yeah.
Where they make it horrible for you. And so far they've got that on paper in terms of the players they've got, but they've been quite open at the back.
Yeah.
Man United need to take advantage of that.
They do. My only worry is with that high line, obviously closing the spaces down, out of possession or in possession, sorry, I worry about Fred a little bit in the middle there. Fred and McTominay.
I do agree.
Neither of them are that comfortable on the ball when you compare them to Eriksen and Casemiro. He got the
Oh,
ball!
he
Come
got
on!
the ball, man. These refs. You know what? I tell you what, though, the last few games the refs have been so bad with us.
Yeah.
By the way,
Surely, I mean, it looked pretty
did
clear
very,
he got
very
the ball
well.
there.
Could be wrong, but we did very well there. I felt.
No, he
oh,
didn't. Fairness, he done.
yeah, it's a foul.
Hey!
That honestly, that got me. That full on looked like he won the ball.
Did you see Ashley Young's gone to the World Cup for England?
Go.
Nah, yeah.
See if I got because I was
in the
doing
55-man squad, though.
because I was doing the squad for work. Today, and I was thinking,
Ashley Young wasn't it?
I was looking at it for work.
Come on, Victor.
I was doing like I was looking through the Wales one yesterday as well. And,
I've not seen the Wales one. What's the Wales one?
That's what one I
Sorry,
actually
I'm
want to
not.
see.
Don't want you to. Don't want. Yeah.
Because I was just thinking now they got like
Johnny Williams. Johnny Williams.
Because there's in Dan James.
Ramsey.
Is
Just a
Bale
bunch of
going?
Ramseys. No Bale. No Bale at all.
What?
Really?
No way.
Obviously, he's gone.
I was gonna say, imagine that.
Part of me thought, he's past it and he's playing in.
That's who I wanted to have a look
America,
at.
but like, surely.
Yeah, Levitt. Sorry, that's who I wanted
Levitt.
to
Is he
mention.
gone, Levitt?
Yeah, he's going.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
is he
amazing,
going?
that, innit? That he's going to a World Cup, Dylan.
mint,
Levitt.
that,
I
mate.
love that. Where's he playing now? Is he
Scotland,
still in
innit?
Aberdeen?
Aberdeen.
Was he ever at Aberdeen? Dundee, sorry, excuse me.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, Dundee.
I show
goals for
speed's
this season,
sad.
isn't
You are?
I show speed's emotional online apparently about Ronaldo not playing.
I can't work him out,
Why did someone just get him a ticket to Fulham or something?
He just
Like,
smashed
he'll have
it,
the
to be
money
fair
for it,
to him,
won't he?
innit? The kid. Say what you want about him, whether he's weirdo or whatever, he's good.
He's only
Good
round
value,
the corner
innit?
from here earlier, wasn't he?
Was there?
Yeah. He's
Should have shouted, man.
he's local.
Where does he
He
live?
was doing a live stream.
Where does he live?
Ronaldo,
Where?
I show
Stockport, I think.
Either.
Oh, Ronaldo was
Audley Edge, innit?
yeah.
Ronaldo.
Them
You
sort
met
of
Ronaldo.
players.
No, never.
I met him
All
when
the
I was
other
a kid.
Portuguese lads down, but not.
Yeah, but you never know,
Not
mate.
the big- not the big boy.
Before he goes on his next little adventure, he might pop down.
Tell Diogo to put a word in.
That's it,
Has
mate.
he got his own coaches and stuff for now, though?
See, I don't know. I don't think so. I know he's got the lads that sort of look after him day to day,
Yeah.
like security and stuff like that. But I don't think so. No. Fred has his own
I've seen
strength
that.
and conditioning.
He's like a Brazilian guy. He's
Yeah,
always in
Brazilian
the
guy.
house.
Toro, I think
Yeah,
he's
I
called.
know
Very
him.
nice guy, actually.
Is
He come to, when I worked with him. He come and done the stretches and stuff, and
Does a
warm ups and
couple-
stuff.
He does him.
Tell us.
Whoa.
Tell us he was
Edison.
doing, yeah. And
He's a
then
lovely
doing
guy,
City
man.
players,
He's a lovely guy, him.
Because I
Still
just followed
keeps
him on
in touch.
Insta because
Is
he's
it?
doing that my old job with Dave, like Statman Dave. He's always following us and like liking the stuff because he's proper into like his data analysis.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
he
You're
is.
a Portuguese speaking, sort of in the football world in Manchester at the minute. You've got some great play, like a lot of very good players.
He
to
works with
then, yeah.
Edison, Tellez,
Yeah.
obviously Fred.
Cancelo,
He works
or no?
with it. No, I don't think so. But he's very, very good at what he does, and
Yeah,
like you just said
really.
there, data stuff. He's a lovely guy as well.
It's crazy. Like I was chatting to my uncle about this earlier because like he was just asking me what I do for work, and it was just saying like how football, it's just this whole like pile on now in the UK where it's like so much money's flooding. And not looking at it from a financial perspective and just money, but like everything's just here in terms of the hype, the Premier League,
Yeah,
the media, everything. So
nice.
managers.
Ooh.
the best manager, everything. It's just this big like
Yeah.
pile on here. So it's good to have it, but when you actually speak about it, don't you think that the other leagues now lack because of that? Like everything just gets taken away.
It's just-
Like, it's
it's-
not the same as when I was growing up.
Real Madrid, Bayern,
PSG.
PSG, AC Milan, isn't it? Like they're the biggest teams in Europe, and
Yep.
PSG would jump down from Bayern, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, but
And then, like,
when
fucking
you're
AC
talking about clubs now, I think
Yeah.
PSG's like,
But then
like
above all
Neymar,
of them,
Messi, you know what
right
I mean?
up there
Like-
with Madrid, you've got City. Then
Yeah.
you've got, Liverpool now aren't the same, but Liverpool of last season were right up there as well.
yeah,
Chelsea, decent. Tottenham, decent. Arsenal looking very good. Even United, I would say, I think this United team would be challenging for like Serie A. And I
Yeah.
don't think we'd really challenge for England. Did you see Chelsea versus AC Milan in the Champions League groups?
no. So,
Chelsea were just better than them.
Yeah.
Like, they
I
just,
think the issue is with AC Milan as well is they reached a stage where they just really needed to back their manager. I went to the Napoli-Milan game and I felt like Napoli were just, intensity was just so much higher and the aggressiveness. I feel like Milan play in a way that suits the Serie A.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's a bit slow. It's in build-up. It's like
It's a
to play
good
for the
knock,
cross for
actually.
Giroud and stuff like that.
oh, it's offside again. So watch that
Keep
line.
hitting
man.
these good switches, but we just keep
I
being
thought he
offside.
overhit that then. That's why I went, but it was turned out to be a great ball. He needs to watch that line now. He has operated from the right, like you said. I was surprised about that. I thought they would interchange false nine and stuff like that. I'm surprised about
I think, you know what it is because Ten Hag just wants to keep that shape, like the current system that he's got.
that. Tight. Done well.
I really want us to score early because I could just see us getting a couple if we do.
yeah.
It's a lot of space.
You know, if this is a draw, does it go straight to pens?
I think it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Which we know you're going to lose.
We
don't win.
Villa looking a lot less dangerous already in this game than they did in the first few minutes of the last one. Not really finding their strikers
think-
at all, are they?
I think that a lot, like you said, new manager in charge at home, fans right around them. I think they have to play very differently here, won't they?
Yeah.
Fred, but just can't get the ball under control. Like
Especially in these tight games where the
space
so
in the
little
middle.
space, yeah.
Especially in that area that he's playing, he's got to really just get his foot on the ball. Because there, if you intercept that ball as he should have there, like, and he did, and then get it under control, you go the other way and you create an attack. Now we've given up possession to Villa. I really do like Fred's energy, but he's got to hold the ball better.
I think with Fred, he's either really good or off it. I think there's no in between with him. And that's all due. Listen,
almost like he feels
I love him.
what he
I
feels on a
think,
day.
you know what I mean? But
Go on, man.
Is
Go
he-
on. The
is
run
he
stairs
on
from
it?
Marcus.
it's offside.
He's off now.
So,
Square it. He's offside. It was too late. He took too many
Why
touches.
is Fred taking ages to pass that?
Too many
This is what I'm
touches.
talking about, yeah. When when Marcus Rashford's on a run, a lot of the time, all right, he'll be offside. But there's a lot of these moments as well
Do
where
that in-
he's
he could probably
you can
do that
see the
now.
run.
You should have done it now.
yeah.
He should have done it way before then.
No. It's there. Come
Nah, he
on.
should have done
3 touches
He
too
should
late,
have.
that.
He should have took 3 and played rather
How
than
many more touches do you
5
want?
to play. Like, if he plays him on his instep there, you're not catching him. You know what I mean?
It's poor that, like, I just don't get it.
Come on, ref, just get it going. Jesus Christ,
What are you
man.
doing, bro? What's wrong with this Fred geezer,
Fred's
man?
just gone at the minute.
Is he all right? Brazil starting midfielder, man. Come on, you're better than that.
Who's winning the World Cup?
Argentina.
Argentina, I think.
Everyone's saying that. I think it was Brazil or
strong, don't
Germany.
You know what? I think people are sleeping on Germany.
Due
you
for
know?
a Germany. I don't know if they can play each other in the final because I don't know.
England. Imagine.
No, if they
imagine
play
the
Jude
scenes.
Bellingham, Madison, and Declan Rice in that free.
That's who I said, the free. But he won't. He'll play Mount.
I just want to see, like, forget the fact that it's England. I just want to see that.
That's my
That's
free.
an unreal
I said
midfield
that today
three,
to someone. That's my free, but he'll play Mount because he's always his go-to.
The thing is, if he plays Mount, Bellingham, Rice, I'd actually not be angry at that. Like, I wouldn't mind that either.
That was a risky pass, wasn't it? Playing it to Donny, who'd just fallen on the floor.
What's he writing?
I love how they've all got them 4. He's got like a 3-pack of them 4
Sharpies.
pens.
Oh, I remember them in school. The fucking.
The 1 red, 1 green,
Yeah.
1 blue, 1 black. I've got one of them. They're my favourite
Remember when you
pens.
always sit in the classroom just trying to like, pull
What
them
was it
down at the
called
same
then?
Get
time?
2 down at once. Couldn't do it. Like a little Beek piece.
You'd end up breaking it.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking hell, the nib, like the plastic at the end's cracked. In your pencil case, it looks like a Fanta can.
I had the Coca-Cola one.
Did you?
Oh, like the
Nice.
football one as well. I had that.
I think mine was a
Can't be playing to his chest.
I
there,
still
but it's his
remember my
feet.
first ever like proper lunchbox. You know, such a random
Mine was a
thing.
WCW.
That's
Mine
it,
was
yeah.
a, mine was a
Hulk
Bob the
Hogan,
Builder.
Kevin Nash and all
It
that.
was Bob the Builder.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was it?
I still
I don't even
remember.
know
I
what
swear, I
mine
remember it was like my first day in school here.
Ah, go on then, Fred.
Just come
Frederick.
over
Oh, okay.
from Germany.
All's done.
And you had that Bob the
That was
Builder
my
one.
first school. Yeah.
Was Bob the Builder on in Germany?
No, it was here. No, it was in, like, it was the first thing I remember. I was only like 4.
Yeah, but
Was
so
that
did
one of my early
you picked
memories?
it without seeing it then?
Yeah, my parents just bought me. I didn't go to the shop and take my
I
lunch.
thought they were
Was
like,
Bob
well,
the
I
Builder-
picked my WCW one.
Was
How
Bob
old
the
are you?
Builder over
I must
there?
have been like 7.
Was Bob the Builder
Wait,
over
is
there?
that
And you
like
went, nah,
your
was
first,
he?
how's that your first memory? That's
Have you
always
not
weird.
got
What's-
that?
No, before that I just had a little big Tupperware.
That's class.
When's like your first like mery of like?
I remember shitting
Remembering
myself in my mum and
things.
dad's bed, but that,
How old are you
Joe,
now?
I think I was like 26. I had a big night out. They were worried about me. No, I can't. I don't know how old I was. It can't be my first.
Because I always say I remember things from when I was like 4.
4 or 5 is when you
4 or
first start
5,
getting
yeah.
the ability.
That's when like the
shit.
first start
I remember
remembering
my 5th
things.
birthday walking downstairs and there was a bike on the table. That was a game changer. That.
I never got that stuff.
Yeah. It was a motorbike. It was for my
That's-
I forgot
17th
presents.
birthday, but I had to wait 12 years for it. Shame.
I'm joking. I remember getting a PS1,
Oh, that's nice.
but that was like when everyone had it.
Yeah, I got mine when the PS2 had just come out. You know,
Oh, my dad loved that one. Like the next one would come out and then he'd get it.
yeah.
Play.
Seeing everyone's got a PlayStation 3.
Oh.
Just got you the original Xbox.
And you won't even get you like the nicer version of it. You'll get you like the big PS2,
Yeah, the
like the
original.
fat one. Yeah,
Good.
McTominay's been alright so far.
I remember I had a PS1 and the only game I had for it was a demo of Tekken, which didn't even let you play you got to play like 30 seconds of it, and then it got sent back to the main
They're
menu.
the worst. Like where you just had the demo.
I love this game.
Do you remember?
Never got to even play it properly.
Do you know what game? I think that's the only game I pretty much played on the PS1. Remember Spider-Man, but like the one where if you jump off the build, obviously if you jump off a building you die, but like it's got like this green thing. I don't know how to explain it.
Like a little mesh.
There's like there's like a green thing in the air all the time. It was a sick game.
Come
man.
on.
I think it was one of that early Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man.
Sick.
As I'm sure you can tell from the fact that we're talking about PlayStation games, not much going on in this match so far, is
Yeah,
there?
it's a bit boring, isn't it, lads?
No shots either way, I don't think. I don't think either team's had a shot. Villa just having a sort of performance where you go, they're going to beat us. Because they're not doing anything, but they're stopping United doing stuff, and we'll get frustrated. And they're just sort of wasting time and taking time already, Villa. Like a couple of times, like someone's gone up to take a free kick, and then, we'll drop off and let someone else take it. Just little shitty time-wasting tactics.
Bruno,
Go on then, off you go.
Brilliant
Very good.
ball.
Ooh.
Nah, it's a good thing he left that, you know.
Good lad. Get at him.
Rinse him.
Get at him.
Look at the run.
Very good.
Lovely.
Dink.
I'm
Go
loving
on
the
then.
start
Go
from
on then.
Malacia.
Oh,
Okay, good football.
Corner,
Good
shoulder.
football, United.
Skimmer on
Well
that.
done.
Oh, he did well to let it sort of come up to his
Yeah,
head
he's
there,
done well
Dalot, didn't he?
there.
But
Brilliant football.
Fred's
man.
done well there to dink it back across.
Great
Don't know
ball
if it
from
takes a
Bruno.
reflection though.
I like the fact Marcus let that bounce.
I like how he delays it and then plays there.
That's your typical like Luke
Boom.
Shaw run from
Got a
Malacia.
deflection. Oh, he does all right there.
Don't you feel like you just don't see a lot of them from Malacia, but today I am seeing it.
Yeah,
It could be a thing where he
an
sees
overlap.
Luke Shaw doing
Dink.
it and he's like, okay, that's something I've got to start doing if I want to get myself in the
It's
team.
unlucky that. Did he give a corner?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Good football though from United.
Yeah, corner to United. They love a
Lovely
short
stuff.
corner now, don't they?
I wonder if Malacia will get picked. Has the Dutch team come out yet? I don't think it has it?
I'm not sure.
Didn't he fall out with Van Gaal, did he?
Van
At
Gaal
one
just
point.
falls out with anyone who has anything to do with United.
Go on, get at
Did
him. Go on
did you
then.
see that thing with Tim Krul?
Ah,
Where basically they brought in goalkeepers to do like penalties analysis to see who's the best at taking penalties.
okay.
And Tim Krul was like, I don't really fancy this. And Van Gaal was like, okay, you're never playing for Holland again.
Taking penalties.
He's the one who saves them all, innit?
Saving it all.
Tim Crewell's the one that saves them all, though, is he?
Yeah.
He's the go-to guy, innit?
What do you reckon Holland will do in the World Cup?
Probably quarters or
Sure.
something, fall off it.
Tim Krul told Netherlands' career over by Louis van Gaal, who says goalkeeper will not go to Qatar World Cup for refusing to attend penalty training. You know what? Fair enough. You don't, but you want to do some training, and we've got and like
Get him.
and it's a lot of time for the national team. And you don't turn up. Fuck off then.
Yeah, it's a bit poor from him, that, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's poor from him, that, to be fair,
Tim
because
Krul?
he's the guy that they bring on last minute to save him.
He probably thinks this
Probably
is my
thinks
only
he's
job
too.
anyway.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, probably we've already done a lot of this, bud. Van Gaal's ruthless, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Bit of a weird cannon, innit?
I like him, but yeah.
And when we went on the side when he dropped against Arsenal, was it? He just dropped to the floor like
just-
someone, like the ref done him in.
Yeah. Like diving on the floor.
Yeah.
He had his little like.
Yeah, with his notepad like on
Yeah.
the floor. That was mad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. I like Van Gaal. If only we'd have got him. Well, there was no good time to get him really because he was
yeah.
at his peak in about 2002, and we didn't need a manager
He was
then.
at bar for them,
But
wasn't
if Ferguson had have retired in 2002 when he sort of
It's a good knock.
threatened to,
Well,
Van Gaal might have been a decent replacement then, but not
Yeah.
10 years.
I
later.
think Mourinho was just such the obvious one. Like,
I
go
should've
on,
done
man.
That one there, the wide
McTominay
one.
and Fred, it's the same story, man. Like, you see the pass between the lines and you don't make it. That stuff hurts our forwards a lot, by the way. Like, when it's at
Maguire's
Liverpool
gonna
and
do
City, they
that
get
there.
so much more.
It's a lovely knot. Oh, unlucky.
Unlucky. Good ball from Maguire, to be fair.
Idea. Was right.
I'm liking a couple of the performances. Malacia's looking lively. Marcus is good off the line, like trying to break the line a lot, like with his runs.
Yeah.
Dalot's looked alright. Bruno's looked good, to be fair. But the midfield though, McTominay and Fred.
Yeah, it's not
Come
been
on.
great, has it?
Just need to get a hold of the ball in the middle. Come on,
Go on then, go and press him then.
Their
Go
centre
and
back,
press
we
him
should
then.
have. Yeah.
gotta hunt those down.
You can't go in ones there though, lads. You need to go as a pack. You can't.
Mm.
You can't be doing that in ones. Get picked off.
It's too easy that.
They're in here.
Too
Well, they're
easy,
not.
that.
But that's the outlet.
Look
Young.
at that from McGinn. He's so open.
Young's had a great career, hasn't he? Ashley Young.
To be fair, he has. Did he win the league in Italy as well? Did he win Serie A?
I think he won it.
Yeah, he did,
won it
yeah.
with
That's
Inter,
class, to be fair. That's class.
Definitely. I checked that today, actually, for some reason. I don't know why.
You knew that I was going to ask the question.
Oh, Jesus. He's got away with that.
Go on, Dubravka.
He's done well there.
He's done all right.
Stitching him up there. Jesus. Diogo. Killing him there.
He apologised, at least.
So with those like coaching sessions then that you have with these guys, is that more like off season? So
with the United lads more so, yeah, off season and stuff like that. Lads that won't go to the World Cup, a few pros will be in. Yeah, the main time was obviously with them guys was the lockdown when it was the restrictions eased a little bit and the restrictions were all good. The club give them a training program, like fitness training program, but they wanted to do their own bits, finishing and passing drills and footwork and stuff. So, but I've worked with him since then as well. Just I've had a Langer in, like, even in the season and stuff like that. He's not been down this season, but obviously with him not playing, hopefully he'll be in soon just for top ups and finishing and stuff because it's what he needs. You know what I mean? If he's not playing, But yeah, no, it's good, mate. It's good.
That's class. How did they end up like finding you? Is it like do you have like a whole...
So originally it was through Stephen Ireland. So I'm close friends with Stephen, close friends with Stephen. He lives next door but one to Bruno, and must have followed him on Instagram and seen that Stephen was training because Stephen was training with me because he was making a comeback, so getting fit and stuff.
Was he? What was he looking to?
He was looking to play again. Stephen's a joke, mate. Stephen's a joke of a player. Even now, his ability is crazy. But he put it on his Instagram. That's Paul from Fred. Put it on his Instagram and then he's just seen it. And then he was just like, who are you training with? Training with them, Ryan, can I come down? But Stephen, obviously I've told the story on here plenty of times, but Stephen didn't tell me that they were coming down. He just said that 3 other people were going to come down to train. And he said the one thing that you're going to have to do, you have to get the venue locked up. So I was like, why? He was like, no, don't worry about it. Just make sure the venue's locked up.
Jesus.
So
what would you do if he'd have turned up and it was Donald Trump? Like President of the United States.
He would have still hit top bins, mate. Donald Trump.
After your
100%, mate. Technique would have been on.
Can I hire you for my training?
If you want.
I was awful in my work session yesterday.
If you want, mate, I'll turn you into a player, mate. Don't worry. But yeah, and then it ended up coming down like. But it was class because Fred and Diogo come walking down first, and obviously I was like, Fred and Diogo. And then Bruno come down last. So I was like, but at that time he was just coming. He was hot. You know what I mean? But then after lockdown, he's even hotter. So everyone was like, "What a guy you are!" And all that turned him into a joke. But nah, good times.
Call it to Villa.
And then the big dogs got me on here, didn't they? And turned up the RH into a fan wild thing. You know what I mean? I still not got my merch on here though. I'm fuming.
Revelation.
How have I not got merch on here, mate? Up the RH. It's mad, isn't it? Say this every look at his face here. He's fuming. Every time I mention it, Joe's like, "What's going on here? Shut up."
Ooh, was that
good
in?
out of that, McTominay.
That was going in.
Get in the chat up the RH merch.
I want to know.
Put some pressure on these guys here, guys. You know what I mean? Don't even want money for it. Don't even want profits from it.
Stretford Paddock X up the
RH. Joe's head on it as well as mine.
Unfortunately, there is no Ryan Hopper merch to announce, but we do have a different announcement to make. We are going to be doing our first ever live in-person podcast. It's going to be in Dublin. It's going to be on the 30th of December. Tickets will go on sale tomorrow.
Class.
We're also going to, it's going to be me, it's going to be Stephen Howson, Adam McCullough, Jay on there as well. We're also going to have Brian McClare to chat to. Live podcast from Dublin. Like I said, the tickets will be going on sale tomorrow. The link to those is in the description, obviously. Get that saved, get the reminder set so that when the tickets go on sale, you can be the first to get them. Our members will have an exclusive code as well that they can use to get a discount off that price. So now's a good time to join and become a member. And if you're already a member and you want to come to that show, you will be getting a discounted price as well. But the sale of those tickets will be happening tomorrow. Our first ever in-person live show in Dublin, the 30th of December. If you live there, if you want to take a flight and come over and come with us, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Cannot wait
That'd be amazing.
for that. But
Really
yeah,
good.
we'll give you full details and more on that in the coming days as well. But tickets are going on sale tomorrow. Click the link
Grab 'em.
in the comments if you're interested in that. As
Ooh.
Villa hit the ball over the top of the bar. But yeah, our first
That's brilliant,
ever
that.
live
Really is.
show. Yeah,
Big
should be
top
good.
that, mate.
Where's it going to be? Is it like a big venue?
Oh, it's in a circus tent.
What?
Circus tent? Is it
Are
actually?
you serious?
No way.
Yeah. In an absolute massive circus tent.
Yeah.
It's Phobos Taco Man says, what's the venue? I'm from Dublin. So the venue, let me just get it up so I don't get the name wrong. But the venue is called, just a second. The venue is called
What
The
time's the
Big
tickets
Top.
out? What time's the tickets out tomorrow?
Big Top.
What
in
time's the
Dublin.
tickets out tomorrow?
Tickets are out tomorrow. I don't know what time
What
exactly they're
time?
out tomorrow.
Sorry, mate.
But yeah, in the Big Top in Dublin. So yeah, very excited. Nervous. But also,
Nervous? You'll smash it.
yeah, we'll do. We're speaking to Brian McClare. He's got plenty of good stories to
Yeah,
tell us
he'll
about.
be-
So
he'll be a leg.
yeah, that'd be fantastic. Make
So
sure
now
you come
they're
along
bringing
to
the first team out, aren't you? We used for.
yeah, the big boys.
There's no reserves out, is there?
Going. Everyone's going. Yeah.
You getting invited?
You want to go
I've
for the
done.
Guinness? No chance.
No,
No, neither did I, mate. It's
No.
mad, isn't it?
not big enough.
First team out, aren't they? No time for 23.
Need Joe to get an injury.
We'll get.
No, I'm joking. I've actually tried to get down to that, you know.
We'll get
That'd be
smarter.
class.
Do you know why?
Tickets
I've
go
just
on
never been
sorry,
Dublin.
just a sec. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Just
Nice.
found that out. So 10 a.m.
Love that.
tomorrow. Get those
Touch.
tickets bought. But yeah, cannot wait for
That'd be
that.
mental.
I've not been
Massive,
Dublin
massive
yet, you know.
venue as
Ever.
well.
Never been to Dublin.
Yeah, I've never been
Class
Dublin. I really want to go
Cool.
Dublin, so it might actually work out nicely.
Class
Come
night
up to
out
the
in
lads.
Dublin.
Go to Dublin for the first time.
No free kick. Come on, get after it, Van der Beek.
Yeah, never been Ireland, never been Northern Ireland. Need to go.
Yeah, it's great. Dublin's really nice.
So even though that you're doing it live, it's still going to be streamed.
I don't think it'll
No.
be streamed. It'll be recorded. And I think we'll
Recorded
put
at a
that out
later
for our
date.
members.
Okay.
But the only way you can see it live, the only way you can see it if you're not a member, is by coming along. And obviously, it's much better in person. But yeah, it won't be on the channel. It'll
Okay.
be an in-person thing only. So
That's good.
yeah. Also, spend New Year's Eve in Dublin the next day.
Oh, mate, it's
Do you know
unreal,
what I
that,
mean?
isn't it?
Perfect. Kamara.
What made you think of that? Was it just demand or what
Well,
was
we've
it?
got
There's a lot of fans there,
A lot of Irish fans,
Yeah,
yeah.
a decent percentage of our following is in Ireland, and
Love that.
ooh,
Shield it out.
See it out.
He should have shielded that, shouldn't he?
And
And the
it's just,
keeper should have come.
a good spot.
Yeah,
They
no, it's
came to
brilliant,
us and
isn't it? Yeah, it's
we
class,
thought it'd
that.
be a good time to do it. Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. I'm gonna have a beer if that's right. Do you mind if I have a beer? Is that okay?
You have a beer,
You
mate?
alright?
I'll have a
So-
beer.
Is that alright?
Can I have
I
a beer?
can't have a beer.
No, of
sorry.
course. But do you mind if I do?
Do you mind if I do as well?
What?
Do you mind if I have a beer?
Where? In Dublin?
Now, here.
It's your choice, bro.
I'll leave it.
No, I'm going to leave it as well then.
Sorry, I'm
I'll leave it as well. Fuck
making you feel. Wait,
it. Right.
why have Serbian football replied to my tweet? What's going on
Who's
here?
replied to it?
Serbian football.
Who
I
have
don't
you
know,
tweeted?
honestly, I just put in my... Alright, I thought it was Serbia's official football. It might have been.
Is it?
I don't know. Because I tweeted, I think they're dark horses or something, then they...
So what? To win it?
No, not to win it. I just said, no, I didn't say dark horses. I said they're going to go crazy this World Cup.
So hold on.
I just think they are.
Who are you saying? Vlahovic and Mitrovic?
Oh,
and
it's young,
Milinkovic?
very good.
To be fair, they have got some good players, haven't they?
Away.
Tadic, Kostic,
Oh.
Jovic. Yeah. Does he still get a game for him?
He's Jovic. Oh, my... Bro, I've forgotten about that guy.
Come on.
We were linked to him once.
He's only 24 now, you know.
He fell off. He went to Madrid.
Come on,
He
He
lads.
never really played.
Went to Madrid,
He proper flopped.
played 36 games.
I reckon...
Thank you.
Ooh, I reckon they could get to like the quarters or semi-final. Nothing more than that.
Fucking hell, imagine he did. They've
Yeah,
got some
nothing
good players. In those attacking positions, they absolutely do have some good players.
What do you reckon? They underrated them, yeah? Yeah.
I think the thing is, I think I would have kept Matic. I would have tried to
Go
get
on.
him not to
Go
retire.
on then.
Marcus is in.
Oh, he's just...
Okay,
still
nice. That's still
nice,
going
go on
lovely.
then. But slide. No, what are you doing? Slide that one, Mike.
Bro, what is Fred doing this game?
He's had a really
Nah,
bad
that was
game,
poor,
hasn't
that was
he?
poor.
Really bad.
Why is he trying that there? Just slide it down the side.
That's poor, man.
Nice pull from the defender. That's Chambers.
Terrible pass from Chambers. No, that's a good pass.
So just slide that down the side
McTominay's
there.
passing's been fine this game. Fred, though.
If you slide that down the side, he can whip one in the 6-yard backs in the pen. It's
Tackle
very good.
from
Go on,
Marcus.
punish him now.
Go on.
Punish him. Yes. Oh. No.
Oh, unlucky.
He
You know
did
what?
left
Unlucky.
leg first time.
Well, I
left
would have
leg.
maybe tried shooting that. Brilliant from Marcus winning the ball back there.
Yeah, desire.
Fred's killed us with the final ball all game. And Donny, what's... I feel like
Oh,
Donny's
nice.
not
Go on then,
existing
play.
at all.
No.
There
Play.
it is. Poor ball.
Stitched him.
Very poor ball.
Done well there, to be fair.
Bruno's had
Very
a good
well.
game. Bruno, Marcus, couple. These guys have been all right, but the rest, man, the final ball needs to be better. Just like, imagine if you're at City, imagine if you're like Haaland or whatever, yeah. If you're not consistently getting the ball played in front of you in the right way to pass, things like that, you're never going to be scoring goals. And I feel like a lot of our players, you can fault our forwards a lot of the time, but bro, when Fred's having games like this,
Yeah.
it's a joke.
You see it's in this, isn't it?
Martial's not had a
Little
sniff.
dipper here now. Up and over the
Be
wall.
nice if he
Dip.
gets a goal.
Knuckleball. Be like Chelsea, this. One at Chelsea.
This far out.
This is either hitting the stanch top bin or hitting some woman on the back of her head up there.
mad far out.
Ooh.
I thought that was going somewhere, you know.
I feel like United, we haven't had a decent free kick taken.
I wouldn't have shot that though. Like that was a weird angle.
Go on then. Oh, it's offside. That's
Is
lazy, that, isn't it?
We've been offside so many times, haven't we? Literally
Yeah.
10 times.
Laziness, that. Offside too many times. He's just put.
Yeah.
Nah.
Offside. Again.
What are you thinking, lads?
I don't know.
39 minutes gone. What are you thinking?
We've got options off the bench. Look, Eriksen, Casemiro.
It's just a bit flat, though. Do you not think
I
it's a
know.
bit?
I think
Listen,
maybe-
there's some good moments. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but it's just a final ball decision making.
Revamp the midfield.
More. We need more shots, don't we? And more.
Yeah.
More. Excitement in the final third. It's a bit dull, but for Villa, it's perfect, isn't it?
Just easy for them, innit?
Yeah.
They're in the game without having to do much.
Young's having a good game for them. He seems a lot heavily involved, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Tomini's taking him out.
That's poor, isn't it? That.
I like that.
I'll take Fred off for Eriksen half time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not putting his foot on the ball.
What about Van der Beek?
I'll take Van der Beek off as well. Done nothing.
Yeah, maybe get...
He won't though, will he? He'll probably leave it till 60, won't he? And make a few at 60. I can't see him pulling
Eventually,
people at half time.
You'd think that like 60-minute kind of average time to make subs will get earlier and earlier. Now we've got 5 subs.
What's he
wouldn't it,
doing?
over the
Why is he
next
just
few
giving a free
years?
kick there? Has he stamped on him or something?
I don't know.
He has. He didn't mean it, but he's got to give
Not
it.
much.
Fair play for the ref, because as that
Yeah.
ball went back there, he just blew straight away, didn't he?
Have you seen Villa have got a new badge for next season?
Was there?
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Everyone just... The thing with every single badge change,
Why do they need to change the badge?
everyone just slags it off every
that was
time.
actually a good. That's actually a decent badge change. That's
have a
not a
look,
bad
Joe.
badge change.
I don't
They
think
could
it's
have done
bad compared to some.
Yeah.
And it's like a
It's
badge...
got a bit of an old school
And if you
vibe.
look, they've had badges like it before.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. It looks like some
Yeah.
of the older
No,
badges.
they've changed the line so it's facing the other way, but it's similar to badges they've had in the past.
The bad ones are like Juve.
That Leeds one, do you remember the Leeds one?
I forgot the
That
Leeds
they
one.
reversed?
Oh, Don Martial.
That looked like
Fred? It's completed a pass.
the logo for a fake.
All right, use the
bread
low. Use the
band.
low.
Nah,
brand.
it's over it.
Go on, Dalot.
Do better there.
That's
Shy.
poor.
Didn't when
Poor
Leeds changed their badge to
both.
that for a bit and then unchanged it?
No.
Do you remember that?
Nah.
There's like, there's like a fans
no.
vote.
They tried
You
doing
being
that.
serious?
didn't they?
Change it.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
bad, that's
I
poor.
forgot
innit?
that they tried doing that.
Yeah, I'll see if I
Imagine
can.
they
spin it
actually
around.
did that.
That was what Leeds wanted to change their badge to, and everyone went,
Looks like a kid's drew it at school or something.
oh "God, I've got a message there."
It looks like one of
No,
them.
it's only from my dad.
Love you, son.
He said, "We've gone back 3 months." That was about watching United. But Jesus Christ, what a bad badge! It's just shit like that. And then everyone went, "Yeah, that's the
Ballistic.
worst badge we've ever seen." and they fixed it.
Right,
Back to a
so
different
it's terrible.
shit badge instead. United have lost possession 62 times. But that's what Emery wants. Look how high their line is, look.
Good knock. Great knock. It's offside.
Good.
Jesus, are we born offside here?
Just every time we're
What's
fucking
going on
offside,
here?
they're playing such a high line. How do we not go, oh, they're playing a high line? They're
Are
probably
these
gonna try and catch
offside?
them
100% every time. Some of these are
That's
tight.
tight, but I think he's probably
He's
just off.
just off, innit?
I don't know what. That's close enough though. That why has he
Yeah.
put his flag up? Like that's close enough.
That's
where,
a VAR. If he scores on to score, it's VAR, that, innit?
Yeah, but he,
No, but I mean, like, because it's
Yeah.
that close, you don't realise. Is that
I
what you're
think
saying?
the ref should have. The linesman should have.
I don't like when they're that
kept his
close
flag
and
down
they call
there.
them.
No.
Because what's the point of VAR?
Because then there's so many where
Two
they're like
shots
miles
each,
off and they
lads.
don't call.
None on target. 2 shots each.
I
None
know.
on.
This is exactly what they want. Just a fucking stifling
Press.
shit game.
Press.
Good pressure there from United. The thing is, we've won
It's
it.
too easy getting out there, though.
We've won it a lot of the time doing that though, but then the ball after.
Maguire. Watkins has done very well there. Just drawing him in.
I'm surprised he's booking him for that.
Come on, man.
That's harsh.
We need Ericsson or someone.
That's great.
that
The
can
press
play.
there was fantastic there, and then we just backed off and he got it in the pocket. It's too easy, wasn't it? Jesus, he's late.
I hope
man.
we don't take long
Isn't
to
it?
make changes, you know. Like, if we have to. Like, it's just like one change, really, that we
At
need.
the
in
moment, it's
middle.
got penalties written all over it at the minute, hasn't it? It has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just.
I
we
hope,
get
we're not.
Well, no,
but
there's been fucking 4 shots, none on target.
Fuck it.
It
played.
Yeah,
that was
not-
good.
looks like penalties.
in front of him.
Oh,
Come on,
man.
bud.
It's
Fred's been
basics
on.
pretty
football
awful, to be
there.
honest.
Oh, commentary says no VAR in the cup, apparently. According to
Fair enough.
Ethan. Is that Ethan?
Well, I suppose that's because
Thanks, mate.
is the VAR in the FA Cup? Yes. Is there? Apparently there is. But only in Premier League grounds. Yeah. Fucking hell! How is that possible? How can that be a thing?
I remember there was a few years ago, we played someone. We didn't have VAR on our game. Oh no, City, we had VAR on our game. City didn't at Swansea away. And they ended up scoring like an offside goal from Aguero.
Of course they fucking did.
And something
great
happened in
knock,
our
great
game
knock. That.
where we got done.
It's a good tackle as well.
Well played.
That's
man.
very good for both. What's he doing?
What's he trying to do? That was funny. That. Is that he got
What's
tackled by a
happened
ghost? Who took him out? I don't know how he physically.
No way.
It's physically possible.
Is he giving a
to do
free
that.
kick as well?
I need to see that again.
Even his reaction
What the fuck was that? Malacia just like,
dived on the floor.
looked like he just landed on Earth from a different planet.
I don't get how he felt. I don't know how it's physically possible to fall like that.
Absolute ragdoll. That was fantastic.
That was
That.
funny, that, to be fair.
We'll score off this and they'll be fuming.
Go
Come on,
Bruno.
lads.
It's a good.
Oh,
Dangerous ball. Fred loves letting the ball
There we
just
go.
bounce all over the place.
Jesus,
Brav.
both
Just
of them
doesn't trust
pressing there.
himself touching it.
Offside again.
No, he's not offside.
His first touch is not great, Malacia, is it?
It's
But
roaring
at
it.
least when he gets it down, he's.
Oh yeah.
That's the like when you see Fred there alongside him. Come on.
Play.
OnlyFans is trending.
You are.
They've deleted my account. No. Why is it trending?
It's been taken down
Oh dear.
off the internet.
No, it's
Been bought by Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
What's it trending for? You're not allowed to say.
Can't work it out.
Look at Bruno.
There's no,
Loves it, doesn't it? Just gets on it on the refs, doesn't
There's
it?
no clear reason why it's trending.
Migenza.
Just general.
Yeah, he knows what he's
Well,
doing now.
he
He knows what he's doing.
yeah.
Of course he does.
Horrible.
Free kick to United. This will be the
Right in
last.
between the penalty spot here.
Yeah.
Nah, that's poor. That is
Not just
poor.
done that, man.
Jesus
What are we
Christ.
saying out
Fernandes.
here?
Jesus. That sums it up, doesn't it? Was he trying to shoot there or something? Or is that
Yeah.
just misplaced pass?
Yeah, I think he thought, fuck it, I'll have a shot. Jesus. So it's half time.
That's poor.
That half ended way before 1 minute, by the way. That half ended after like 27 seconds. Anyway, Man United 0, Aston Villa 0. A sort of boring, stagnant, just fucking, I don't know, quicksand of a half, that wasn't it? Nothing happened at all, did it? 2 shots for United, both off target. I mean, maybe 3 shots if you include that Bruno one at the end. 2 shots for Villa, both off target. That's exactly what Aston Villa wanted there, isn't it?
Game went quick. Like, just a dead game. Like I said, there was a lot of space to exploit, but the final ball's just not there. It's just poor from Man United.
Are you surprised at how little happened there? After the action of the first sort of 25 minutes of the last game against Villa, basically 45 minutes with 0 to talk about almost.
Yeah, no, it was just a little bit boring, wasn't it? There was not, like you said, 3 shots for United, 2 for Villa.
Yeah.
Just wasn't really... I think we started off first 5 minutes. I think, they was having a good goal, but it just tailed off. It was just a little bit boring. We're talking about all sorts here, aren't we? Because the game's not, engaging us, but hopefully the second half will be a lot different.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's there's not really a lot to talk about, and hopefully that changes, mate. But I don't know. It's not an enjoyable game so far.
Happy with the super chat says, glad to see you lads. Advice for all the young lads out there: if Fred can make it as a professional footballer, then so can you. Up the paddock. Very harsh, but quite funny. Danny says, is Iqbal, Savage and Hannibal really dropping level on these 3? Can't make simple passes. Eriksen would have had 3 assists by now with Rashford runs in behind. Surely we're going to see some change here at half time.
See, I don't think they'll change it at half time. For me, I would, but I don't feel like he's going to be that ruthless and hang him out to dry. I think he'll wait till the 60-minute mark and then look to change it. But for me, the quality in the final third and the quality of the final ball, and things need to be a lot quicker. You look at Fred there taking 5 touches when he needs to take 2 to 3, and play things quicker. And I don't know, it just feels a little bit flat. The quality is lacking. It's a little bit flat. Just need to raise that intensity and the quality.
Yeah, definitely. I see the stats there. I mean, clear chances 0 each. I think that tells pretty much the entirety of the story of the first half. If you haven't seen the game, those 2 stats, where are they? There.
Yeah.
0 clear chances for either team. That's it. That's all that happened, which is
it's
nothing.
not an enjoyable game.
No. Taylor Green said, missed the first half, but doesn't look like I missed anything. You didn't.
No, you didn't,
up
mate.
the Paddock and up the RH. And RD man or Roadman potentially 07 says, another dull and underwhelming performance in the so far mediocre, underwhelming Ten Hag era. We've been performing like this for weeks despite results. This has been particularly dull and boring.
Yeah, this has been boring,
I know we've not scored tons of goals, but
Yeah.
statistically, looking at shots and chances over the last few weeks, we've underperformed in terms of goal scoring. In this game, have we had
It's not been
any chance?
Not really. The Dalot's header, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. Like you said, lads, if you've not watched the game, you're not missing much.
No.
Boring, dull, lack of quality, lack of intensity. It's just, it's not. I picked my games, though, to come on here.
Well, we've had it's good because we've not had a football match to be distracted by. We can actually have a chat. Last time I spoke to you, I think it was last time we chatted in person, you'd just been to America.
Yeah, LA, yeah.
You've been any more of that stuff on the cards?
Potentially, yeah. I'm going to go out there again. It's going to be a regular fixture, that maybe once or twice a year, going out there working with young talents and doing some clinics and some private sessions.
Isn't it?
Amazing, mate. LA, California, what a place.
I've never been.
Honestly,
really
what a place.
Is it good?
Great people, great place. Highly recommend it, mate.
Yeah. Get your thoughts in on that first half in the comments. Jamie Briggs says far too many offsides. Villa playing a good offside trap, or the players just being lazy. I would say a bit of both. They're not playing the most immaculate offside trap I've ever seen. It's like United players are playing thinking, every single time we get the ball, we go, well, they're probably not going to try and catch us offside this time. Oh no, they have. It's like we're not learning at all from the previous 20 minutes where we've been caught offside 5 times.
I think you feel like the players are born offside watching this game. But fair play to Villa, like you said, we identified straight away having a look at the game, the high line. And to be fair to them, you can't knock them, as they're not really bothered about an entertaining game at Old Trafford on a Thursday night. They just want to come here and try and advance to the next round. They're not bothered about playing pretty football.
But the thing is, though, it's almost like they weren't coming here to advance to the next round. Like they've changed loads of players. I think at minimum 7. I can't remember their full lineup exactly from the last game, but just counting through the players I definitely remember starting, there's definitely 7 players different. It's like they've come here to lose, and we won't let them. Like they're going, you've come here, you've changed your whole team, come to Old Trafford expecting to lose, have you? We'll see about that. We're not going to score because we're shit. It has been it's been a bit of a Rangnick performance so far, hasn't it? Where it's just sort of just kind of last season. Yeah, we've got a bit of the ball. They haven't done much, but we've done nothing. Yeah. I know we've not. We've under.
I think the lack of chances, Joe. When you're at home again, you're against Villa. They've made loads of changes. We've got lads like Bruno who are coming back in fresh, not played. Martial, obviously, he's not match fit or whatever, but he's getting minutes. Just want to see a little bit more, don't you? You want to see some shots. You want to see some. Like I said, it's just decision making. It needs to be a lot better. Things need to be a lot quicker. And like you said, it's a boring game. If you've not watched the game, you're not missing out.
It's you see the squad there. I'm just looking at the team. Any changes you'd make? For me, that midfield 3 has either been of Van der Beek, Fred and McTominay has either been anonymous, infuriating, or just sort of not really there. Like,
to be honest, I think the only one who will come out half decent out of that's probably Scott.
Yeah,
probably. I'm not saying he was brilliant or good. I'm just saying done his job.
Not been poor.
Done his job and he's retained possession relatively okay. The other 2, again, I said it before, and I don't want to dig him out, but he doesn't do himself any favours. He hides. He doesn't get on Van der Beek. He hides. He doesn't look to get on the ball. You're watching him, and he's, as a midfielder or playing in there, you can say what you want about Fred or whatever his distribution, but he's still been on the ball. Yeah. It's not been great quality. Whereas Donny's not been on the ball a lot. He's just picking up scraps, or he's trying to make runs. Long runs in behind, and when he doesn't get found, he just stands still. Go and get on the ball. Go and look to play. You're a ball player. That's what you're good at. Go and get on the ball.
Especially when he's playing there for
more advanced.
Yeah, and because he's playing there, that means Bruno has to play out on the right hand side. Like Bruno in that position does so much more than Donny is today. 100%. I would personally, I'd rather have Elanga or. I'm surprised
Anta won't get a decent minutes, and Garnacho obviously played the other day. Yeah. So Elanga, hopefully Ant comes on, gets some minutes, but even bringing an Eriksen on or a Casemiro just to get on the ball and start dictating the game and start to play properly.
Yeah.
It'd be nice even Shola to come on and towards the end of the game, just give him a little bit of exposure, experience, and it just needs a little bit of an uplift. I think it's a bit boring, isn't it? You can't really say more than that.
No, I think we need to see one of Eriksen, Casemiro, maybe. I wouldn't say Shaw, but someone just to get on the ball and to be able to find a pass. I know Malacia can do that a bit, but Malacia's sort of technical side isn't particularly his strong suit.
No, but I feel like if you've got someone in there like an Eriksen, that'll be like a quarterback and dictate the pace of the game and get it out to him and stuff like that. At the moment, you've not got really anyone in there that can really dictate the game.
No.
I think Scott's, he's keeping with the ball, he's doing okay. Fred's being a little bit wasteful with it. Donny's being non-existent. You need someone in there that can take hold of the game and just give a bit more urgency and a little bit more intensity to it. Wrap balls into Martial early. Give it Bruno early, Rashford 1v1, because once he goes 1v1, he's done okay.
Yeah.
Rashford just needs a little bit more. It's a bit flat. It's a bit dead.
Stilios says, Malacia is fine. Our build-up broke up 5 times in 8 minutes because of Fred alone. I counted it. Then I got bored and gave up. But there was a period there where Fred was in good positions and he's either taking too long to pass or rushing his pass.
Distribution, wasteful, not quick enough like that one there we looked at. If he plays 2-touch or 3-touch and plays on the instep for Rashford there, he's in. He takes 5 touches and plays the ball, he's offside. Rashford can't stand still and stop his run because it's too late.
He's not going to be able to
he needs to do everything quicker.
Yeah. He looks like, to be honest, Fred and Martial does to a certain extent, but he's not had any of the ball, so you can't really say the same thing. But Fred looks like someone who's not played much recently, doesn't he?
He looks
That's
rusty.
what he looks like. He just looks
everything's
rusty.
bobbling in. His touches seems off. Like same with Donny, he's just picking up scraps. He's playing. It'll be interesting to see his stats, Van der Beek's stats.
Yeah.
If anyone can, get him or whatever and have a look, because he doesn't look like to be involved. He looks like he's trying to make forward runs. He's not dictating the ball, and he's not really in the game for me.
No. We'll try and get some stats.
Yeah, if you can,
for Van der Beek.
Just to see his involvement in the game, but watch, he'll be bloody involved in the game now. I'm saying this, but he just doesn't seem like he is. Just want to see a little bit more from United. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest.
It's just been poor, hasn't it? Surprisingly poor, I think. I'm just going to try and get some stats here, but I think these are from. Where are we looking? I think the league games only. So if we can try and get a few stats from that first half, that would be great. Shezon says Donny is invisible right now, but Fred and McTominay are passing backwards or making poor passes. Give us your thoughts, Abdul, on Fred, Donny, McTominay, that midfield three there.
It felt like we just couldn't get our foot on the ball. I think McTominay, to be fair, had a bit more intent with the way he was passing the ball. I thought he was actually going for a couple of passes between the lines, but even if he wasn't trying high risk stuff, it was actually cleaner passes. McTominay on the ground, whereas Fred, it's just, I like his energy a lot of the time, but everything else today, man, just the ball, he's always waiting for it to bounce because he doesn't believe in his touch. Makes him have, a smaller amount of time to get the ball under control and make things happen. Yeah. And when he does get it under control, he's not the most comfortable to shift it and make the right pass, delaying passes, not controlling that centre of the pitch. Then you move on to Donny. He's not really had an effect on the game at all. Again, people calling him a passenger. It's hard to argue against that. Yeah. Again, it's the same of the problems that we've seen with him previously here. So quite disappointed, but I feel like this midfield probably needs like an Eriksen and maybe push Bruno back into midfield. I think McTominay I'd probably just keep on because you want to keep giving Casemiro that rest and then give him that game against Fulham. But I don't think McTominay's done anything awfully wrong, cleared the ball off the line. I mean, when he does something wrong, I'm usually quite critical of him, but I'd keep him on, and I'd probably move Fred and Eriksen to the bench, Fred and Donny to the bench. Bring on Eriksen.
Yeah.
Who would you bring on from the forwards though? That's the thing, because I don't want to see like Rashford back on to the right.
I'd probably put Elanga on.
Put Elanga on the right.
Bruno back in the 10.
I think Garnacho can play on the right at all.
I don't know if he can. I'm sure maybe he can, but I think Elanga's...
Minutes-wise, I think Ant's due some minutes. And
and I think his running and stuff is more reliable as well, off the ball. I like Elanga off the ball better than Garnacho. I think that would work in this game.
It's a weird one, like Pelestri, innit? Because he's going to start potentially for Uruguay. Yeah. Because he does get in that Uruguay team, and he seems to always do well for Uruguay whenever I've watched him, so...
I didn't realise how small Uruguay was. Do you know the population of Uruguay?
No, I would have thought it was quite big.
Yeah, because they've done well, and I think they've won the World Cup before, haven't they?
I thought the country was actually just big in size in general.
I think it is quite big in size, but in terms of population, it's 3.5 million.
Wow,
really? It's a tiny country. When you think of how many not just good players, but world class players in the last sort of 15, 20 years have come from Uruguay. It's amazing, really, when you think, isn't it? It's the same size as Wales, pretty much.
It's mad.
Yeah. I think Wales population 3.1 million, Uruguay's 3.4. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't believe that it's such a small...
Donny's stats have come through here, Joe, I think.
There we go. Donny van der Beek took 11 touches, really? Is that right?
11 touches, lost possession 4 times, no duels. Had 70% accuracy from 7 passes in the first. You're telling me a number 10 has 11 touches in 45 minutes. How is that right?
That's
and this
where are
this
they
is the
from? From a journalist on Twitter.
So
apparently.
everybody's
it's a reputable
clearly,
journalist.
So it's clearly it's obvious.
Verified journalist. I mean, I don't even know what verified means anymore on Twitter, but
I'm verified.
You're verified on Twitter.
I'm one of them Elon Musk members.
Dubravka completed more passes than Donny van der Beek in the first half.
But I know. Listen, that's laughable, really. But it's
I'm
not good enough. You know what I mean?
They're spot on. 11 touches, 7 accurate passes, only 70% completed.
enough.
Sorry, that's fucking
No ground
shit,
duels
innit?
won, no
Not good
error
enough,
duels
mate.
won, lost the ball 4 times.
Fucking
And
hell,
that's what I'm
shit,
saying. He's not helping himself. Like
It's
the
just
performance he's putting
nothing,
in.
no long balls attempted.
I could have done that.
It's a joke, mate.
I could have done that. After my performance yesterday in Bury Power League, the awful stinker that I put on, I would have probably done better than that.
Yeah.
I know.
You got a point to prove after that.
Yeah. I was horrible.
Unbelievable. Man United app says Donny has 10
Apologise to everyone
passes,
involved
7
in that game.
successful.
It's embarrassing, man.
It was my first game in a while, though. Just like Donny. Shout out Donny. Actually, he played on the weekend. No excuses for him.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Stelios.
Actually, I don't want him to be bad, man. Like,
No.
Not wanting to be bad, but like
come on.
Oliver says passing's not done his game. Sorry, what is his game then?
passing is his game.
What
That's
is his
he's
game?
a ball player.
The thing is,
Couple
actually,
comments about the chewing gum in the chat I've done.
I was the
oh my bad.
I was 11 touches acceptable for a
It's
midfielder.
not.
It's not.
not,
It's
is it?
embarrassing, and I don't want to look seem like I'm hating on him, but it's not.
Yeah,
Should be on the ball all the
There's a lot
time.
of chewing gum comments at the minute. They're all coming
No,
through.
don't worry.
Why? What is it?
Stop chewing gum into the microphone. We can hear you chewing gum through the microphone. Bro, chew with mouth closed. It's some great comments. ASMR. Some people liking it. Someone said, "Keep chewing gum into the mic with the love heart emoji eyes."
ASMR.
Yeah.
Is that why you were mad that they're locking off that thing?
Looking at what thing?
The thing that was trending earlier. I don't want to mention it.
Oh, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are. I'm not into ASMR. I don't get it. Why would you want that?
Why are you saying it like I'm not into ASMR? As if it's like the norm that people are into
Yeah, but it
ASMR.
felt like there was a thing for a while where a lot of people were
Go on,
into it.
Chris.
Who's into it?
Oh,
here?
that's nice.
I'm not.
If I had to guess, I think Ethan might be into it.
He likes rain sounds.
I rate that though.
The sound of
I've-
Rainn Wilson, the
Oh,
actor who
lads.
plays what's his name in it, Dwight Schrute in The American Office.
Rain sounds
That's
is
the
a
rain
shout.
sounds he likes.
Do you go to sleep with that? Like,
Do you know what I go to?
because I
sleep
like
with?
that rain sounds.
Just the
Silence.
screaming regret in my own mind. That's what I go to sleep with.
Of
That's
what?
the noise. Just me regretting things I've done.
What have you done?
Or not done.
What have you done? I mean, you've done well for yourself.
I should have been there.
Should have been where?
Don't want to talk about it.
Not on Paddock.
No, I should have been somewhere else one time. Anyway, forget about that. Aston Villa holding the ball.
I really want to know now. Can we talk about off camera?
Nah,
Why? Do you not trust me, Joe?
I don't trust myself. No, I'm only making it up.
I have a lot of regret as well.
Did you ever go through a phase of calling Danny Ings Daddy Ings?
No, why would I?
No.
I don't know. I'm just
Oh
asking.
my
I'm
God.
asking you.
So
to. I did.
whenever I had to tag Danny Ings at my old job on like the Instagram,
Yeah.
I always loved his Instagram name.
What was
What
it?
was
Best Instagram name ever. Instagram.
Instagram.
Unbelievable.
Is it actually?
That's
yeah, I'm
unreal.
pretty sure it's that. Go check it out now. It's Instagram.
I can't get on it. Oh, wait, I can.
No,
Offside
I'm
there.
not lying, am I? Pretty sure.
Lads, there's not,
I had to tag
there's
it
not a lot of
He was
action
when-
here,
he was
is there?
going crazy.
No.
There's not what?
Not a lot of action here. This is it's
Oh,
dull,
right.
innit? Sorry, mate. What
I
did you
thought
think
no.
I said?
I thought you said there's not a lot of rats here. I was like, what's going on?
It's Instagram.
There
10.
is a lot actually around this area. The other day I was walking just round the corner from here.
Oh, here we
shit,
go.
here we go.
Watkins.
Watkins
Why
is
is
on
he-
goal. there.
1v1. Goal.
Scored.
Ollie Watkins. 1-0.
Well done.
How has
man.
he just got a 1v1 there like that? The fuck is that?
Now it's interesting. They're going to have to come out now.
Why
I
would
mean,
you wait?
if the
to
first half has anything to
changes?
go by, we've lost.
He looked like where was Diogo then?
Where was anyone?
Where was everyone?
He looked like he was out of position there. First touch is very good from him, by the way. Left leg. First touch.
What's Dalot doing here?
I don't see.
Oh, Dalot's picked up McGinn.
Oh my God, he's
McGinn's
come
got
off Maguire.
one-
It's
Maguire's got one
It's a
guy.
great finish. Fair play. to
Maguire's
him.
got one guy to pick up.
Why is he
that
not
whole
checking it?
situation.
Fred again.
Handball.
Ooh, not going to give that.
Too close.
Yeah.
Maguire's got sucked in there, hasn't he? Didn't check his shoulder.
That's
It's a lovely
class from
finish, by the way.
Watkins is class, man.
Dinky
I rate
nuts.
him. To be fair, I think he's
It's a great finish, that.
Quality
Oh,
player,
yes, it's tough,
Watkins.
isn't it?
It's like his hand wasn't like fully like. Watch his hand. His hand was like that. It's like it wasn't. You know what I mean?
I
So
think
if you like
yeah.
that, it's like a.
Because as you go down, though, your body like.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not. It's what it is. He's not going to give a damn ball for that. It's too close, I think. It's too close, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
His arm is out because the ball
He does it his
go.
arm, but they're not
It's
giving
a
it.
goal.
There's no VAR, anyways.
Gonna
Someone
have
said
to come
that.
out here now, lads.
Come on.
It's a
Great
good, great knock.
He's on there.
Square it,
Come on.
Martial, tap in. Yes!
Yes!
Very good.
Lovely
What a
ball from Dalot, by the
What
way.
a ball.
Lovely ball
Response
from
there from
Dalot.
United.
Very good.
Come on. Hold
Very
that.
good, that.
Fantastic.
Love
That's,
Come
that.
on, Tony.
tell
What
you
a
what,
ball
that's
that
better
is.
than 0-0. That I'd rather we
What a
just
ball
yeah.
from,
That's so
from
much
Diogo.
better.
Great
fucking
decision
life
making
into this
from Bruno as well.
It was.
Is it
Great
me?
ball
Is it
from
me
Dalot.
there, or did you thought he was going to miss send the way he hit it like because he was
Yeah.
close to the post?
I
Did you
thought
think-
Bruno might mess up the pass.
This is a great knock, by the way.
This is what I like, by the way,
What
about having Martial and Rashford. Like, just there.
That's a
like, in
great
those
goal.
Positions,
It's a great goal,
They're
that.
always there.
Proper goal.
And do you know what? I know it's like just
Brilliant.
your open net, like standard, but keeps it on the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
very
you know, I
good.
hate when players just like risk those and just like try to sky
Very, very good, that.
like go roof of the net. There you go, tucked it
Nice.
away. Love that, Martial.
Brilliant.
Very good.
Come on, Tony,
Confidence boost, that, getting the goal as well. It's opened up now. This is good. Good
Jeez.
game. Lock up, though.
What is going on?
It's done well there.
Right, well done.
Risky chest.
Why does he always let it bounce every time?
12 touches.
Go on, he might have 13 here.
13 touches. 14.
Some good touches. to be
15.
fair.
Beautiful touches.
Nice. Now into Fred. Don't delay that. The Bruno, man.
Go on
the
then.
pass
Go
is
on then.
there.
Oh, he got, that's nice from him, by the
There
way.
was no need for Bruno to delay that pass, by the
Oh,
way.
it's a sprint race.
But
Well then. Easy time.
Nice.
Come on, let's keep building here. Come on. That, do you know when Bruno gets the ball there, just pop it into Fred. Like,
Two touch.
he's looking for that long ball.
Yeah.
I know he's
The
trying to do
penetrate.
it.
Oh, Scott, come
Fucking
on,
hell.
mate. Good reaction, though.
straight in
Well,
Danny
that's
Ings'
it, that's
chin,
good.
that, wasn't it?
Malacia, the
Nice.
switch.
Lovely
I
pass.
like that. It's a great ball.
Love it.
Well done.
Opened up now with them two goals. Well, done the world of good, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The game. Dull as anything before
Donny's
that.
receiving between the lines a bit more, which is just what... If he's going to make a difference in this Manchester United team, he just has to do more of that, doesn't
Good
he?
touch.
Just rinse him.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, he does.
it's a good ball as well.
Okay.
Get something then. Oh, good feet.
Pressure.
It's
Go on, man.
risky, that, isn't it?
Come on, pressure.
Fair play to them. It's good football.
Played out well. This is the type of game we
He's
need,
not a
I
bad
think.
player, that Costa, is he? In midfield, is it?
Have they subbed on
Luis.
some...
Luis, sorry.
They subbed on Dino? Or did Dino even start? Oh, no,
He
he's
didn't
not.
start.
He's
I
not a
think
bad
on.
player.
No,
him.
no. I thought he still got subbed on.
Well done,
Oh,
Bruno.
brilliant, Bruno.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Get up then.
We really
Just
missed
lay on top of the fucking ball.
We really missed that last
They're
game.
going
didn't
at
we?
it, them two here. A bit of handbags here. Portuguese and Brazilian, is it?
Yeah.
Tell him you're not in the World Cup squad.
Is he not?
What? Douglas Luiz?
Yeah.
Douglas
He
Luiz?
don't play for Brazil. He don't get games. for
Why
Brazil,
would
does
he be in the...
I don't know.
Well, then do you
because
know what?
because
'Cause
occasionally
Fred's in
Brazil
there.
picked players that you would never
Yeah,
expect.
They're both getting booked
Then
here.
when Joe was getting picked for Brazil, or was
That's
it
poor,
the
that.
old Fred?
Do you remember Fred? The old
Fred,
Fred,
yeah,
like
the
the
City,
number
yeah.
9. They never had a striker
Yeah.
for years. The whole of Brazil, and they didn't have a striker.
How's that a bucket? Is it the reaction? Surely
It
it's
was
the
him.
reaction.
Luis kicks him afterwards.
Yeah, Joe got picked in that 2014 World Cup squad.
Did he as well?
Yeah.
Joe McGrath.
Joe got in. Ramirez, Luis Gustavo was good.
Fred was
Yeah, I
starting
don't mind
every
that from
game
them
as
two.
the 9.
I don't mind that
was
from them two,
hilarious.
you know. A little bit of that.
I seen a cool picture of that Fred.
Go on.
He was in a Fluminense shirt.
Go on.
They're called.
Square it.
Oh, unlucky. Well played. Good recovery though. I like that, man. Just winning the ball high up. We missed that last game. Look at that intensity from
Pressing. I like that.
Martial and then
All it
Marcus.
takes is a bad touch and you've won the ball back.
That needs to be a better ball,
yeah.
that, though.
Yeah.
I think if he just gives himself that extra time, a tad, like extra second, then pulls it.
Victor.
Good. Go on then. Ah,
That's
it's
a
a good
bookie.
Go
Come
on,
on.
keep going,
It's a good
Marcus.
professional
Keep going.
foul, that.
Bang it.
Ooh,
Corner. Yeah.
That's it, man.
He was going to book him, by the way.
We're going to get Ashley Young sent off.
I know it's not. It's got to be like on Twitter or something like that.
I don't know what took him down. I don't know what took him down like that. It was like he got fouled. He stood up fine, but then he fell in a weird way. Like it's like someone must have pushed you to do that, bro.
I need to find it.
That was actually funny. I can't lie. Ashley Young on a booking now after taking Rashford out. I think Rashford needs to just keep running at him, get him sent off.
Ooh. Right foot, Fred. Out wide.
Back out. Quick.
He'll look for the diagonal.
You got time?
Oh, Maguire there coming on the back stick.
Thought about it.
No, get there. Good lad.
Right.
Good, you done
Well
well.
Maguire.
Very well there.
Good stuff. Come on, United. Better now after that goal.
Try and play forward there.
Yeah,
Don't need to go back.
He didn't fancy it, did he?
Just try and play. Oh my days, he's serious.
Maguire, man. It's poor.
Fucking hell. It's basics, isn't it? Oh, it's a great touch.
Watkins is absolutely quality.
Well
Lovely there
McTominay.
from McTominay, by the way.
Good on it.
That was great cover.
Nope.
It's not on that.
It's an hard one, that, innit?
It's not on that.
To be fair,
it's between two Aston Villa players.
Look at Young there. I was just got. Oh. It's opening up now, which is good. The game.
Yeah.
Both teams are trying to have a good goal now, but
Watkins is a player, though. The thing is, because he can actually receive to feet, and he can hit you in behind.
He just misses a lot of chances, though, doesn't he?
But I don't mind that, you know. Like, as in, if you're at that level at Villa, like,
Yeah.
bro, I can't even lie, he'd probably do better for us even than a couple of our strikers right now.
So good getting that goal straight back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because this could have been a fucking nightmare otherwise.
Well, in Bruno,
It still
man.
could be,
Nice.
but these minutes would have been horrendous. I
look
like
at Bruno.
fighting with everyone.
Bruno's always
love
at
Bruno.
it.
Ollie
innit?
Watkins isn't as tall as you would think, is he? Because he looked like the same height as Bruno.
Saying out then, yeah. More built than him.
He's
though,
not
isn't
tall, Ollie Watkins. Only like 5'11".
I think he looks shorter than
he?
that.
3'2", I think.
1.8 metres, what's that?
What?
Oh,
Unlucky.
unlucky.
Lucky McTominay. Nearly pulled that.
Get Fred there. Look at his hair's class, isn't it?
5'11".
I'm going to have mine like that soon, I think.
Buendia coming on. That's a problem.
Do you know the most annoying thing in the world? Not, anything you might initially think of. The most annoying thing in the world is when you Google 1.8 metres in feet or 1.1 metres in feet and it says 5.9 feet. That isn't saying 5'9", it's saying 5.9 feet.
God,
so like 9/10 of a foot. Like, why doesn't it come up just saying 5'11"? That's what we want to know.
It should do, shouldn't it?
It does my head in that, and people are, he's 5'9". No, he's not 5'9", he's 5'11". He's 5.9 feet tall, but no one would say that. Fucking, that's the most annoying thing ever, that.
Oh, the whole time I thought it meant like it's 5.
No, it means it's 5.9. Like, as in like 9/10 of a foot. So what is 9/10 of 12 inches? 10 and a bit inches. Shit. Sick of it. That and Elon Musk owning Twitter. He's right laughing at Elon Musk. Fucking hell. Free speech is great when you don't have to let people have it anymore. And it's people love free speech until it's up to them whether people have free speech or not, and then no one likes it. How weird is that?
Good.
Everyone just becomes a dictator when they get the opportunity.
It's a good tackle. He got
Anyway,
the ball.
United have got a free kick. Sorry to make it about free speech and that.
What's this about the people that are verified have to pay or something?
Yeah, I did that.
Did you?
What, you
It's
have to
actually
pay?
good. Yeah, you should get on that, Joe.
What is it?
They pay
Now,
me.
to be fair-
Hey, they pay me. I'll go on it when they'll pay me. You know what I mean?
You know, if you write like free, it depends who you are, but like if you write like 3 pieces, like as a freelancer or something,
Okay, yeah.
so like whatever, like as a journalist or something, you can get verified. It's
All right.
a bit of a long process, but to be fair, you get quite a lot with it. Like especially like if you want to do video content, because I want to do quite a bit like at the World Cup. So
Yeah.
you get like, so you'll get. I don't know why it's not like that, but you know when you post a video on Twitter, the quality goes to shit.
Yeah, yeah. it always
Quality goes.
happens
The other
that,
day
yeah.
I posted like a Martinez video
Yeah.
from Old Trafford, like as he was coming off. done really well. Got like 7,000 likes, but I was like, every single time I click on it, I'm like, that is horrible. Like the quality.
Yeah.
So you get, and I think
There you go,
you'll be able to like
Bailey.
post like full content. So I mean, if you're actually a creator, I'd definitely do it. Like if you actually look to like properly do content. What's mad is that people like 10 followers getting verified.
Yeah, but how's that right? Like, and you got
That's
to
how
meet
it loses
certain
thing.
like. You
But
got
it means
meet
that you're
certain-
verified basically that you exist as you're an actual person, rather than meaning that you're like.
Yeah, but haven't you got to
someone of
meet
worth.
certain
Yeah, I think you have to put like
demands
details in.
or
I think you have
yeah,
to prove that you're a real person.
category? Like,
I don't know. It's all just weird.
I don't get it.
Bullshit, innit?
I don't understand it, to be honest.
Yeah, let's separate people based on the quality of their existence. Shit. Anyway,
Now
so
we've
Mings
got-
has come on.
Mason Mount fan 345 with fucking 10 followers.
Verified.
Lives in a basement in Stoke.
How's he verified though? Who is he? How's that right? Like, has he got a Wikipedia page? No. How am I not verified?
Oh yeah, you've got
Seriously.
That's true.
You could probably get verified, bro.
Nah.
Honestly, it's just a process.
Oh, look at this guy, the guy I work with. He's not going to get me verified doing stuff like that, is he?
Big
Jesus.
Dog Dalot.
Big Dog Dalot run out of play. No blue
Big
tick for me.
Diogo.
Don't need a blue tick.
Don't do it, Joe.
It's Donny. That's it. You know what?
Oh, he's doing it again.
Nah, he's done
Nah,
alright.
he's done
man.
well. Oh.
You know what? McTominay's done his thing.
Oh.
Yeah, lost it when I said that.
Shite.
Why has he stopped?
Because he's so upset that he can't run anymore.
You know what? I reckon Marcus can get Ashley Young sent off.
Yeah. If you
I
try
would
to
make
actually
some
run
changes now, lads. It's
Yeah.
about time now,
it,
innit?
They've just made two,
I want
haven't
to
they?
see Ericsson on, man. Just someone who can hold the ball in the middle. I still think we need to sign a midfielder again. Honestly.
You know what? Fair play to Villa. They play some good stuff, don't they? The keeper's always looking to
Oh,
play, and he's not going long, is he?
They got good
See, they're
players.
coming for
play.
it now, look, Villa.
Oh,
good clip, that.
wowzers. 2-1.
If not, is that Dalot on goal?
Own goal. No blue tick for me.
Bailey's come on 2 fucking minutes later. Who scored?
fucking
Well,
hell.
he hasn't scored. Dalot's
Ashley
scored.
Young, what a ball, by the way. What a ball from Ashley Young.
It's a bad gun goal as well, that.
Like, that's come. I know, I just said it there. That's come from the keeper
Yeah.
playing a ball into midfield, obviously out wide. Great ball from Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Own goal.
Why is
great
he
area,
free?
innit? Look at that
Watkins is on
there.
the Right.
Oh,
Nowhere
Poor.
near going in either that.
no, he's just heading it back across, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's he trying to do? Oh. He's not trying to. Go.
Should have left it.
Oh,
Fucking hell. Score
nightmare.
straight away again, please.
Can we make changes for once, man?
Gonna
When
have
we
to
need
come out.
changes. Hate this stuff like when changes don't happen.
Gonna have to come out again, aren't we?
There we go. Martial off. Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Alanga. Must not be fit enough to play full 90.
Full 90 now. Ericsson's
Is it
coming
Eriksen?
on now.
Alanga coming on.
Come on, Anne.
Van der Beek off.
Fred off, please.
Do some Van der Beek. To be
Drop
fair,
Bruno into
second half
midfield.
he's tried to do a bit, but still not good enough.
It's Fred,
Yeah,
yes.
Fred off.
Okay.
Fred off. How many is that? 4 subs? 3 subs?
3.
3.
Garnacho, Eriksen and Alanga on for Martial, Fred and Van der Beek.
Come on now, lads, say.
Fucking hell. It's literally been like the 2 times Villa have tried to score, they've scored.
Yeah.
Like,
The goal was good, even though it was an own goal.
it was a
Though,
good
like I
finish.
said, the
Good,
the
that
keepers,
ball.
the keepers played a great ball into the midfield and they've worked their way out. Great ball from Ashley Young. It's a good goal, isn't it? But
Yeah. Bruno's more central now. I think that should help.
come on, lads.
Well done, Melissa.
Works hard, done him again.
Yeah, it does.
Puts himself
2
about.
there, apparently.
Just let us play on, ref.
Didn't look like a foul, that.
Come on. Let's wake up now, eh? Great ball. Come on. He's not even gone. He's
Who's
not,
that
he's
to?
not gone, mate.
What are you trying to do there? What's
Come on, Ant. Get after it.
so far from that as well?
Go on, force him long.
That's it.
Someone's got to be on that
Well
second
done,
ball there.
Tom.
Fuck me.
We need to be better.
How can
with
the ball
ball
smash into him, go up in the air, and he gets a free header by himself in the middle of the park there?
Not good.
No, like if we're meant to be pressing, you're meant to be trying to block those touches, let alone giving him 2 touches in the middle of the pitch.
The keeper tries to play, doesn't he? All the time. It's too easy.
So
Look
easy
at him
to
out wide,
break
McGinn
through.
here. Nah, that's a bad ball, I think.
Well done, Martin.
Come on, kick on now. There we go.
Going for it.
He's in.
He's on.
He's
no,
in.
He's on.
Finish. Oh!
Unlucky. Great ball from Malacia, that.
Yeah, very nice.
It's a tight one. I think he would have been on.
He's on.
He's
yeah.
onside, yeah.
He's got to hit the target.
That first
Come
touch
on.
kills him a bit, doesn't it? Oh, it
I think
bounces,
the bounce
doesn't
was
it? Yeah, it
awkward
bounces.
because if he goes for that first touch there,
It's a decent effort, but
Yeah,
good
he's-
connection.
He cut across it.
Still
Oh,
think
it's
it's not
it's a post. Other side of the post.
Yeah.
to be fair, when I seen that bounce, he has to let that bounce there. Cause if he
Yeah, the
touches
bounce
it, it's
is
gone.
the bounce kills him, doesn't it?
Come on.
He just stood on him there.
I think out of like McTominay and Fred, like if you ask me who I had to play, actually I'll take that back. I change my mind on that every week.
Go on, get at
Yeah.
him.
It just depends who's had the
It
recent
literally-
bad
Good boy,
games,
good.
The least bad game.
You know, when we talk about Sancho before and talking about him getting at players,
Yeah.
Garnacho's a good example, isn't he? Because he's playing without any fear and he's young.
Yeah.
He's not arsed, is he? So he
That
just
tends-
gets it. And his first instinct's to go at the man. You know, like that then.
Yeah.
His first instinct, right, I'm just going to attack him because he's young and he's raw. Whereas,
That tends to happen though with a lot of our players. Like even Alanga when he first come on, he just looked a bit
coached
more-
out of it a little bit and then start playing safe. And
And it's when like you start not hitting your expectations, like in your mind you want to score that many goals, you want to do this many things. It gets to your mind.
Fucking hell, Malacia.
That's
Jesus
poor, lad,
fucking
isn't it?
Christ.
got away with it.
Been so bad with them.
And again,
moments.
his touch is
Why
dreadful,
would you
isn't
give
it?
it him there? The ball's just not on.
We'll score again here, Villa.
This
if
is
we're not
so
careful.
lazy from United, bro.
Oh, here we go. No,
Shite.
got away with it.
Quick, man.
Why is he trying to play square balls there? Play down the line. His touch is so bad, isn't it, Malacia? Is it? Yeah. So bad.
Tom
Yeah, it has to be
with a super
that.
chat says Donny van de Beek will be super effective when in a team that pin opponents in their own half, needs people around him in the box to be effective. That's just
Yeah, no, he's
that's
had
too
11
much.
touches in the
Too
first
much
half.
for it to be perfect.
too many criteria for a player to be any good for
Like,
them.
no lies, if he was probably at City, like, remember that season where Gundogan went off, like, the first COVID
Yeah.
year, was it? He'd probably just have that sort of season where just, like, breaking into the box, scoring goals, because he's that type of player that exploits space with a team that dominates the ball a lot.
Go on. Go on,
I'm not going to
Ericsson.
get that because United
Go on,
do
then.
more than that now.
Go on. Go on. Yes!
Yes, Marcus!
Get in. That's
Brilliant,
done
mate.
very well there.
Brilliant.
What a goal. That was
Great
that step
composure,
over then.
man.
That was
Come
very
on.
nice.
Really good.
Come on, Mark.
I thought that was gone then. And then
Yeah.
the step over created this. But that was
Love
class,
little-
That was great
Very
composure,
good.
that.
Little
He
shit.
could have just hit that first time, innit?
Very
into
good,
the
that.
defender.
Love that.
Lovely
Brilliant.
knockdown into Ericsson.
How slow is their defender? Fucking
Is it young?
Ericsson
Was it young?
is getting away from
Yeah,
him.
young.
Must be
Ericsson,
young.
yeah, he's young, yeah.
Watch this here now. I thought it goes away from him. Like
Great
there, that step
great
over is
composure.
brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, really
Well
good.
in, Marcus.
He uses that step over to block the defender as well.
Yeah, and
the
let him
16
fall on the floor.
Chambers here. Watch.
Good knockdown.
Now that's brilliant. That's
Yeah.
that's
Use
class.
his body. That
Very good.
finishes.
That
Come on, man.
so
More of
effective. That
Marcus.
step over there. There, boom. That's
Oh,
class.
Yeah, steps
Very
across him
good.
as well. So
Very
if,
good.
if Chambers goes for a slide tackle, he'll get a
Pen.
penalty as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
Clever as well.
Let's go 101
Go on,
for
then.
Manchester United
Is it?
for Marcus Rashford, yeah. Pretty sure, yeah. That's one after West Ham, so.
Subic says the
Mad
importance
that,
of Bruno
innit?
cannot be
101 goals.
overstated. Andrew says, are there any Villa players United should be looking at? This Ashley Young lad looks decent. It does look decent.
Who would you take from that Villa team? To be fair, as a squad, like in terms of how weak United are, a few of these man will probably do all right as squad players.
I'd probably take Leon Bailey,
Leon Bailey.
As an option.
Buendia's probably like,
Buendia, maybe.
yeah.
Tackle.
That's it.
I really like Kamara
He's
at
weird,
Marseille,
isn't he?
you know. Like I still think he's going to do well in his career. He's still young.
Why is Malacia fighting with Ericsson there? Just drop the ball. Fucking fighting over.
He's a bit odd in him, Lassie, but I like him.
Strange.
Great ball from Diogo. That's such a mixed game, isn't it?
I know that ball to fucking Bruno for Martial's goal was unbelievable. They've had one shot on target and scored 2 goals, Aston Villa.
Go on, pressure that.
It's mad. You know when you say that, then it's like, well, how's that right? But
foot on the ball, play between the lines there. Well played, McTominay there.
There you go.
Clippy. Go on then, you can have Ashley Young.
This is what he's did. Go down there. Look at this. It's good. Very good. Oh, look at.
Well done.
It's great.
Oh, if you would have no. But it's good for him.
Well in McTominay, man.
It's good for him because he's positive, innit? He's positive. He's always going to get him, which is great. Well done. Reverse pass. Yes.
Lovely.
Square it.
Back in. Oh. You got past that, man. Why would you be selfish there?
You can't be shooting from...
Come on, man. You got Dalot was arriving. Rashford's on the back post.
Better from United, though, this. Much better.
Oh, come on,
Really good
mate.
from Rashford as well there.
Brilliant.
Pass was very good.
He does so well.
It's nowhere near. He needs to cut that back.
Even with the side foot, like, that's horrendous, that. Alanga's there, you could
even
gamble.
If you're going to shoot, you got to go near post as well.
Yeah. And go low, drive it.
Or near side of the goal is like...
If he drives it towards Alanga, he's got a bigger chance of it hitting the defender. Or
it's a great reverse pass.
Only Watkins here, giving it the old United are putting a bit of pressure on. I'll sit down for 5 minutes.
Usually you just want him to get on the end of like the ball into space, and that's what I was saying. Like with Rashford, like in that Tottenham game, he's actually getting physical. Just needs to be more clinical.
It's good decision making as well, reverse passes and stuff, like doing the right things. That goal was brilliant. How he used his body for that step over as well.
That's what he needs.
Fair play to him.
More composure.
It's mad how this game was like, this is a bore 0-0, and then now obviously it's 2-2.
We needed them changes at half time. I think I mean, it's good to come in like not too late at least this time. I would have made like at least Ericsson.
Yeah.
When we had Martial on. Garnacho's look good.
Yeah, Rashford's been good second half as well. Yeah. I like that he's, I don't know, just having good games, isn't he, Rashford? I know he's not been great tonight, but just productive games, getting on the score sheet, looking dangerous.
Physical, isn't it? Like feeling the game. Just sometimes, bro, it's the least you need from like your better players in the team. Yeah. Because there's nothing's worse than when you got the quality as a player, and then just the effort is just not there. Like we've had that too many times at United.
Go on, play.
Go on, Garnacho go wide.
That's a bad touch again.
Last year's
touch is heavy, innit?
Really shit today.
Done well, great tackle.
Good block there though.
Is he giving that as a foul? Oh, no.
Go on, Martin. He loves a little step out of the box, doesn't he, Martin? Like a young Manuel Neuer. Go on, Malacia, first touch. There you go.
Go on then.
That's a little clip.
Go on then.
That's a bad
Keep going. That's good. Go on. Oh, he's done well. Keep us calm, innit?
Olsen is all right.
He wants to play, doesn't he?
He's had a good game, Olsen.
Good energy, Alanga. No foul, though. We can win this. Come on, Reds.
Garnacho's a breath of fresh air, though, lads.
I like this.
Just gets at him. Gets at. He's just a young rawness in him, isn't there? Like it's like he's playing in the 21s or something where he just can do this.
I like this energy in the front three now. It's just like at least if you're making subs, like don't kill off the attack. You've actually got like some pace in there. Ooh. No fouls.
Oh, Bailey.
Bro, just cover that. It's so easy.
You know he's going to come back on the left.
Well played. Come on, man. McTominay there's got a show. Do you see how he's just walking?
Turned his back, didn't he?
Come forward there and show. Bruno's down line. Don't overthink it. The ball's on there.
It's an hard one, that.
Lingering on the ball, though, man. Don't just look at the pass, like the forward pass there. Look alongside you. He's waiting for the perfect run. He does that a lot, Bruno, you know. Like I love Bruno, but a lot of the time, when he loses the ball, it's because he's just like looking to force that pass. Just go short there.
Sheared it out. He's not going to run that.
No.
Done well. Very
well
good.
Well done. Delot's had such a mixed performance.
Who's that?
Class Ericsson.
Yeah. That's what you want
just
to see.
the right way into his feet.
Oh, just Rashford's on.
Go on then, off you go.
He's not off.
Go on, get at him.
To do? He's probably told him just run at him, innit?
It's good, just what he needs to do. Oh, wowzers. Oh,
nearly there, you know.
yeah.
I looked like...
Go on then.
Go on, Scott!
Shoot! Oh,
Shy ball, that.
oh, no.
It's a shy ball from Bruno.
Yeah, Ashley Young there was putting his arm up. I think it was to try and distract Garnacho.
Yeah.
Because there's no way it was offside.
They're going to hook him. What? Yeah.
Right,
I
that's coming on.
was literally just going
Ashley
to say
Young.
they're going to take Young off.
Yeah.
Want the reception, doesn't he? I don't think he's had a packed game, to be honest.
Oh, he hasn't. For his age,
Can we
anyways.
believe that we only found out when he was 32 that he had hair?
Mad time.
Was he always just like cut bald, innit?
Yeah. He always just said it like...
Even at Villa when he was younger, innit? I don't get that.
And then all of a sudden he went to Inter Milan. Like his hair was
that's not
literally
an
like...
hairdo, no?
His hair was literally... No, you can see when you
Is
actually...
that not
look
an
at
hair
it.
transplant?
No, you can see...
No, it isn't. He's just always had
always
like
The
cut it,
hairline
cut it.
was always there.
It's not
but
like mine.
He had it just bicked. And then he went to Inter Milan. Hello.
Started getting hair.
Nice.
Transformation.
like a guy just wakes up every morning and just goes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Nice.
Oh my
Nice.
god!
Wow,
That's see what I mean. That's
no
your,
head. He's
that,
not
look
even
how
lifted
slow
his head
he's
up.
getting back in. It's embarrassing, you know.
But it's not even lifted his head up, bro. Like,
Oh my days, lads!
Martin.
What's going on here, lads?
what,
Got
how's Maguire played that pass without lifting his head
Why
up?
is like running on sand getting back in then?
Yeah. He's made a few mistakes, hasn't
It's your England centre half, that lads.
he? Go on.
Give it him again. Get at him now. They've put cash on, haven't they, to try and
to try
deal with
and
him.
It's not working. Garnacho's live.
promising.
Yeah.
He's promising him. I like him.
It's
Oh,
gone all the way through here.
finish!
Bruno!
Oh, what a
unlucky.
save!
That is a good save.
What
Good
a
stuff.
save! Brilliant, great touch and
Bit lucky
shot on
with
the swivel.
cross There, Malacia, but great touch. and
Swivel
great
shot. Bam, body shape. Bam, great save.
Yeah, almost
Brilliant.
puts it too close to him in the end, doesn't he?
Yeah,
If he'd have not pulled it back quite as far.
it's a great
Good
save,
effort,
that, isn't
Good
it?
save, yeah.
Oh, I've got two of the goal scorers right. Third one wrong. Whoever gets it. Said Martial Rashford. Put Donny back on.
Yes.
Look at
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Good connection on that, to be fair. Great cross from Ericsson. Oh, back to Ericsson. Back to Ericsson, man. Back to Ericsson. He's in a good spot to cross there.
come on, lads.
Quick.
Let me get right. 1v1. Go and
Should
beat
go,
him.
should go right into Rashford's feet there.
Good. Come on.
I don't know why the ball, though, that Alanga passed
Go
him
on.
there was like that.
No.
Don't hit it.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, bloody hell.
That
Technique
second one was
so
close,
good.
wasn't it?
That was worth it in for sure.
Technique very good.
Yeah.
I wish Maguire had scored that.
Technique class there. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, if he just cuts
It's
across it a little
slice
bit
on
more.
didn't
Yeah, he got the connection.
Maguire.
Oh, it would have been nice for him to score,
he?
wouldn't
Should
it?
have
that?
headed it down.
Just
look at this
before the World
quad
Cup.
box.
Oh, I love that. Split screen, yeah.
On the left.
Ericsson.
Overlap.
Overlap.
Play.
Garnacho.
No.
He's always going.
Yes.
for that, innit?
What the
Snatcher.
fuck's that, Ant? Seriously, mate. Come on.
He's got away with that there, the goalie.
He has.
Oh, nearly there from Eric.
Oh, that's poor touch.
No foul. I hate when we give away fouls.
He's lively, isn't he, Bailey? Lively.
Yeah, it is.
Don't
He's so
foul
fucking
though.
fast.
Don't foul. You
Oh,
win it.
it's
Just
great.
crowd
Oh,
him.
it's nice.
That's
Wow.
what happens when you don't foul, though.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
He's
Very
done
good.
Unbelievably well there.
Oh my God, Watkins, what are you doing?
Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
man.
I'm glad he's done it,
Bailey's
but
just
what's he
fucking
doing?
Destroyed us there.
That's nice from
Fuck.
Bailey, wasn't it?
Fuck stopping the game for him as well.
He's got cramp, lads. Carry on. They won't put it out.
They shouldn't either. He's not hurt. He's not hurt, is he?
He's just got cramp.
Yeah.
Shit touch. He's making excuses.
Fucking Bailey. He's got.
I was surprised when they
absolute,
signed them. When he
electricity
signed
to him,
for Villa, mate. I was
Who, Bailey?
surprised, yeah.
Was it from Leverkusen, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was surprised when they
As
got
a
him.
player.
Yeah.
He is, though. That's why I thought he would have gone somewhere. Wow, what's the keeper doing? Come on, finish.
Yes, Bruno, come on.
Get in. Love
Bruno
that.
Fernandes.
Brilliant from Garnacho recovering the ball.
Get in there.
That's what I've liked about our attack today, you know. Like,
love it.
Martial, Rashford, Garnacho, Alanga, like just energy of just recovering the ball.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have that at Villa. Didn't have enough of that. Like Garnacho and Alanga were there, but in the middle, it's not there.
No.
Class.
Well in Bruno.
Brilliant.
He's deserved that.
Yeah,
he's deserved that today. A lot of energy.
Keeper's tried to play all night and then goes and does that.
Well in Garnacho.
Oh, it's a good deflection.
I thought he just outside of the foot top corner. Still his goal, but massive deflection that.
Big deflection. Ings.
Ings, yeah.
Good.
Bullied by Rashford and then does that.
Keeper would have saved that as well.
I don't like Tyrone Mings.
Love that. Take that all day.
Well done, Bruno.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Three, 2.
3-2, buzzing.
I didn't see that coming.
Last 11, 10. Plus added time. Come on. Good stuff.
Now what do we do? Try and get number 4 or sit back?
I think we should just carry on playing the way we are.
Yeah.
Just keep trying to force it and on the front foot rather than sitting back. You don't want to last 10 minutes like that.
Keep playing our game. We've got a lot of energy in that front line. Just keep it going. Martinez is warming up. So's Casemiro.
Yeah.
Bring them on to shore it up.
Yeah. Yeah, their goalie, like you said.
Yeah.
On one hand, has played some good balls out from the back.
And that happens.
Yeah.
That's the risk,
build up
though,
for
innit?
goals.
That's the risk with playing like that. You will throughout the season. It probably benefits the team more, but you will get them odd moments.
Yeah. He's not their first choice goalkeeper.
He isn't. No. But isn't like if that's the way you want to play.
Yeah.
I really like Wendy. You know.
Yeah, he's good.
We'll get out wide.
Ooh. I'm feeling for
Go on. Out quick. Get your foot on the ball.
Was he peeing for handball then, was there?
Good pass.
Go on then. He aren't going to catch you, bud. There's no way.
Go, mate.
Hit him. Go on then.
Go on.
Go yourself. Finish. Oh, brilliant. Oh,
well in, man.
He had that half yard then as well. Very good.
He just took an extra step, didn't he?
Loving it from Garnacho. He's actually making an impact.
So good at
Like, he might not start throughout the season a lot, but if
this,
he has them performances, that's all you want.
Again, this is what we're saying though. Like, you look at Sancho. Sancho's never doing that.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's because he doesn't want to get physical as well. I don't think it's just the pace. People talk about the pace a lot, but he doesn't want that closeness.
He
Like,
recovers as well
just...
there, Chambers, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he does.
Because like you said, Garnacho looks like he's got the half yard. When he's coming to take the shot, he's closed
Marcus Rashford gets subbed off for Casemiro.
Yeah. Just on that, that you were saying before, Taylor Green with the super chat. Do you think Garnacho has earned a spot in the starting 11? I think while Anthony and Sancho are injured,
for sure,
I would say so. Yeah. But the only problem is fitting him, Martial, and Rashford in a front three.
I just think you need to be a bit careful of throwing him in and keeping him in too soon. Like, I think you just need to manage him. I think he is good enough to start, but starting one game, if he does okay, comes off the bench, don't just, you know what I mean?
No, I agree with you.
Heavy on him, because he did that with Alanga, and Alanga's obviously been affected by that, and he's not in the team now.
It does happen.
It's a lot of pressure, and you just need to manage the young lads.
The thing is, though, I will say, like, while Anthony and Sancho, I think I'd start him. And I think as much as Marcus Rashford isn't as effective on the right, if Martial's playing, I feel like he'll get fed a lot more. So like, even if he's on the right, he'll have someone to touch and go with.
Yeah.
So then you can risk having losing a bit of that Marcus Rashford on the right, because you have Garnacho on the left now. Yeah. But the issue is, when we went to Villa Park in the weekend, is Rashford is on the right, but he'd go back to Dalot, go back into the midfield, but then there isn't that focal point that he can play off, because Ronaldo isn't that type of player. Like, he needs service.
Casemiro's come on and given the ball away 3 times already. Fucking hell.
That's lovely.
Little piece, that.
Eriksen's well is class, man.
Yeah,
just
good.
like when he really gets going.
Yeah, he's good.
Dubravka's Barely put a glove wrong tonight. I love it when they say that about goalkeepers. He's not put a glove wrong. Shut up. Just say he's not put a foot wrong. No, he's not done. Oh,
Jesus.
God.
Oh, here we go, Joe.
Look at that.
What
Beautiful.
are we going to do with the right back, by the way, on the weekend? Because Dalot's out, isn't he?
Wait.
I'm not sure. I think he'll play Malassi at right back and Shaw at left back.
Yeah, I think he'll play Malassi there.
There's a game in the Europa League where Malassi went out to the right for a bit, wasn't
Yeah, a couple games.
Where's
in the Europa
Wan-Bissaka? Is he not fit?
He hasn't. He actually, to be fair, obviously Ten Hag isn't a fan, but he was also injured, wasn't he?
Okay.
I think he's been back in training this week, but
Oh, that's lovely, that left leg as well.
hell,
Oh, don't play that
How
back.
can
Do you
you
know
do
what you
that?
should do there, Bruno?
From a
Touch it.
from a standing start with your weak foot.
Class.
Great ball from Bruno. Great
Great
touch,
touch as
Garnacho.
well. Beautiful touch. You kill for that touch. I actually would, to be honest. If you could press a button, Abdul.
Kill someone, but have that touch.
Yeah,
So,
kills
you know, I'm a
a
Premier
random
League
person.
Does it have to
In
be
the
a random
world.
person? Can it be like a very horrible human?
No, of course not. There's no
Can I
jeopardy
pick
in
who I
that.
kill?
No, I'm telling you now,
Can't.
it's random. So it could be someone horrible, could be someone you love.
Well done.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah, but you
brilliant.
get
Great
Garnacho's
What if it's a
skill.
child?
Oh, stop.
Well, that's the problem,
That's
isn't
what
it?
I'm saying. So why
Great
would
pass.
you? This is a horrible conversation.
I'm pressing the button.
Go on in. Ah.
If it's, I'll press it 3 or 4 times.
Takes
See
you
if
to
it
the
doubles
Premier
up.
League. You're a,
Maybe I can multiply his
That's
skill.
handball.
I'm
isn't it?
very worried about you.
Handball.
Oh shit, the local librarian. Fucking one more press.
I wasn't satisfied with that.
I'd press it so many times that it was me. That's what I'd
Pressed it
do.
so many times the world would end.
He's hurt himself though.
He's got a dead leg, I
Oh, I
think.
wish I could unpress it now because he's injured.
I think he got a dead leg there when he tried to turn.
It's a foul, that. God, the
Dead leg.
obliterating his ankles. Bloody hell, they proper kicked like his ankles there, both of them. That's so
Whose
sharp.
face did that hit?
Casemiro.
Was it?
Said it was handball, though.
Yeah, maybe it did.
Okay, mate.
There is
Sandro Martinez coming on.
Sandro.
How
Man,
tall is he?
he's a midget, isn't he?
3 foot
I mean,
6.
the
5'9", is
word
he?
that was put out there was 5'9", but I think he's
I don't
smaller
think
than that.
5'9", man.
I mean, have you seen that picture of him where he's next to,
Tony.
like in the Argentina squad, and they're all stood like round the pool? Have you seen that? He stood next to Messi, and it looks like he's Messi's son. He's that small.
No way.
But
Serious.
the thing is, you
Messi's
can't
tiny,
pictures are
innit?
always like that. Like the other day, who did I have a picture with?
Yeah, here we go. Look at this.
Oh yeah. They're hard to like.
Is this
yeah.
possible? This picture?
Yeah, but
Let
he
me
might.
find
Has it
this.
not been like messed with?
No, it's
Messed with.
This is
Like,
Oh,
Like-
right. I thought so.
Why do you
This is
think I'm
from
saying
Lisan-
stuff that I'm not tonight? What's going
so
on?
this
with
is
you?
from Lisandro Martinez's actual Twitter. So he's uploaded this picture, right? I mean, there's a lot of shirtless
That's how
men.
much he loves Messi in it.
But
You know.
Lindelof's
Yeah.
coming off.
So if you see there, that's Messi.
Right.
You can't really see it. Right, there you go. That's Messi. And Martinez is, he's a couple inches taller than him. He stood on a bed. And Messi stood on the floor. And he's only an inch or two taller than him. Messi's 5'8".
He might be 5'7".
He might be 5'4". He's... Oh,
Dude, the other day I was
what?
in a picture. Oh, I've got a picture I could show you actually.
He's got his arm around him, so they're the same distance away from the camera. Unbelievable. Yeah, so I don't care how tall he is. I want him to be as small as possible because it makes it even better that he's as good as he is. But I think he could easily be 3'2"
there was a
like you,
picture the other day.
our age.
3'2" like me. Go on. What am I now? 7 foot.
We're gonna have a look
4.
now. Ryan Hopper, official Wikipedia,
Trying to find it. That was a funny. one.
5'7".
Thank you guys.
I did that.
Appreciate. Did you? Love that.
You're welcome.
That's getting changed now again, isn't it?
Yeah, shouldn't have mentioned it.
Cheers, Joe.
Look at that absolute fucking stack of subs there. Look, like a game of red and green Jenga.
Oh, I don't think that's the one he posted. But I know someone that was. Oh, actually, no. You can see it here. One of my mates the other day was filming with him for work. Look how obviously he's like 6'3".
Is it?
Yeah. Look how big Lisandro Martinez
He's tiny,
is.
isn't he?
He's tiny.
Do you remember when you lost 2-0 to Oxford
Jesus. What?
Doing
How is
the-
it that
the
good?
game
That was
where
my
you-
debut, that, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because that's on your Wikipedia.
Yeah, debut, that.
Like Manchester's Rashford is red. On a banner. I'm buzzing he's going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I really want to see
When does
him
it start,
score a
World
big
Cup?
goal.
2 weeks?
Yep.
Is it?
9 days to go. Well, 10 days actually, sorry.
Fucking hell. How is this game taking place? United have still got one more match, and the World Cup is happening in 10 days.
Mad, isn't it?
I know obviously FIFA just put it at a stupid time, but couldn't the leagues just work around that and like maybe delay the end of the season?
No,
There is no
because
competition.
Oh, it's brilliant play. Oh my
Oh
God.
my
That would've been
word!
class.
What an effort! Tell you what, he's
That would've been
actually had a good
brilliant.
game. He's actually had a good game today.
I think the reason
I'd
they
have loved him
didn't
to get
postpone they already started this season a week early, didn't they?
Yeah.
They started on
I'd
the
have
7th of
loved that to
August.
go in.
The reason they didn't postpone the end particularly is because the Champions League knockout games take place in like the end of like middle of July,
What?
like the
No.
Champions League qualifying game. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Right, go on.
So next season
Well, that
already
won't that just
starts.
affect-
Right, so we have the
preliminary
World Cup.
round of
Yeah?
the Champions League draw is on the 7th of June.
So when does the World Cup
The
finish?
first qualifying round is the 14th of June. So they couldn't put it back and
Delot
you know.
does very well there.
Go on
Bottom
then.
to the bottom.
Ericsson.
Oh, over the bar over
Tell you
there.
what, we've had a very, very good like 15.
When
20
does the World
minutes.
Cup finish? What date?
the World Cup final is on
18th of
the
December.
18th of December.
Right, so and then do the lads have 2 weeks break? Or are they straight back in?
1 week.
1 week and then
Play
straight
them-
back in.
Yeah.
They play on Boxing Day.
We play the 27th, but there's games on
Okay.
Boxing Day.
Right.
So yeah, 6 days.
Nice one, lads.
Well, if you think about it, there will be like only a couple that will be in the final.
Here's one point though. So they've got 5 weeks for this. They can only play a maximum of 7 games. So let us imagine it's just a normal season. I know there's extra games to be played, so obviously that's difficult.
Yeah. You
could
But
see it's like a pre-season.
7 games in 5 weeks isn't that ridiculous, is it?
And it'll
It's
be
not
like
like
a
they're playing
pre-season.
like-
No, but they'll be training and stuff like that, won't they?
Yeah,
course,
It's
but
not
I
like
mean,
a
it's
break
not
off,
like
is it?
It's not like it's
But that'll be more the positive
That
aspect
intense.
of it, won't you think? Like training
Wow.
out somewhere hot.
What a ball. Oh my God.
that was!
That's
You
brilliant.
know what?
Jesus Christ!
Brilliant.
McTominay, the
4-2.
last couple of minutes. That's
Scott,
the number
brilliant.
9
With the
right
goal.
there.
But that cross was like fucking
Unbelievable.
David Beckham. That
Brilliant. He's been brilliant, Garnacho.
Has he pushed McTominay to number 9, by the way?
I don't. Maybe
Because
he
the
has.
last 2 minutes
That's
he
class.
just ended up like in goal scoring.
Honestly,
position.
that is a really good finish as well. Reaching onto
class.
that, like a young Erling Haaland.
He's got cramp, the lad.
But that cross from Garnacho is
Very
genuinely
good.
like David
Very
Beckham
good.
looking cross. That
He's been brilliant.
Didn't think
the
he
lad.
had that in his bag. Garnacho.
no, I didn't know that either.
Great ball.
He's
from
been really
Casemiro
positive,
initially, by the
hasn't
way.
he? Really positive.
That is
It's
a
a great ball.
fantastic
That is
ball.
unreal.
Brilliant, that.
Phenomenal cross.
Great touch.
Really good.
Yeah, he's adding things to his game that I'd just never seen he had.
It's a good, some
Really
finish,
good
though.
finish, that.
Great finish.
Yeah, it is.
The ball was brilliant,
Tell you
though,
what,
wasn't it?
McTominay in the last couple moments as well, like that shot off the bar and that.
He pushes him as well. Makes it
does
even better,
very,
doesn't
very
it?
well.
Great goal. That.
It's a great goal from McTominay.
Nah, the young lad,
Just what we
Garnacho's
deserve.
been brilliant since he's come on. He's
Man United's new number 9. Scott McTominay.
Jesus.
He's actually.
do you
He's, I
remember
mean,
what-
obviously not going to play number 9, but he's actually got a decent finish on him. Any McTominay, he's
does.
not bad in front of the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. That effort off the bar.
Like
was
those
nice
two he
before.
got against Leeds. One was like a little striker's finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, Garnacho's come on. He's been direct, and he's been very good since he's come on.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, probably the most I've ever watched like out of academy football from United was that period where McTominay was playing as a 9. Like I was going to a lot of those games,
Yeah.
and he was actually really good.
Was it?
Yeah, he was really good.
Thing is, he stopped playing number 9, like just before he got his massive growth spurt. 'Cause
He was quite big then.
Was it?
He was still big, yeah.
Because he was like
He got
5'9" when he was 16.
No, he
And then
got-
by the time he was
yeah.
20, he was like 6'4".
no, he was playing 9 when he was.
Was he? Was it? Had he already
Do you
grown
remember
up?
the season where it was a season where we won the Europa League and Jose had given him
2017.
his debut against Arsenal away from home just before we played the Europa League final.
Yeah.
And we rotated the team a lot. I remember Tuanzebe had a great.
Look at them two. They're
If
at
I'm
it
not
here.
wrong.
Slapping.
Was it
He's
there?
just slapped Martinez on the back of the head there.
I think Tuanzebe had a great game against Sanchez as well.
You're going to be sent off here, I think, the lad. I think. No, yellow, is it?
Yellow. Close that, because it looked like he tried to slap Martinez on the back of the head, Leon Bailey. I'm so glad we've won this. Oh my god!
No, to be fair, we deserve to
This
win.
game
Like, I
was
know we've had
0-0
some
at
dodgy
half-time.
moments, but I think
Mad, isn't it?
after 15, 20 minutes, the end of the game, I think we deserve to win it. Created quite a bit of chances. Bloody hell, bro.
It's
Wowzers.
not far off a red. That he's
smacked him in the back of his head.
Look at that, kicking his leg.
That's
out.
a red card. It's not far off a red, bro. I think that's a
No, it
red.
should be,
Mate,
yeah.
that's
That's a red.
It won't be reviewed though, will it?
Maybe. If
It's
a
almost
red,
like he knew it was no VAR.
yeah, because that's a kick out at him there,
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
but I thought is it not VAR at this ground?
No,
Premier
it's in the
League?
FA Cup.
Do you know why he's done that?
Oh, okay.
Do you know why Leon Bailey's done that though?
What?
Have you seen his tweet that day after the game?
No.
About he goes, like Lissandro Martinez winding him, and like the ref not coming over or something.
Wow, they can't deal with Garnacho, lads.
I know.
He's come on and he's
he
different, isn't
He did a whole tweet saying like, "Oh, the ref, I can't believe the ref let that happen," or something like that. After Martinez like elbowed him.
Garnacho
Because
saying,
if
right,
you
lads,
think
let
if
me
that
have
didn't
this
happen
here
that
now.
day, I doubt he kicks him like that. The guy was trying to break his leg.
Yeah.
That was a dirty stamp. That.
Garnacho's just said, right, lads, I'm on this here now. Bruno, get off this. It's mine.
Go on.
Imagine.
He's looked really good, hasn't he, Garnacho?
Is he going to the World Cup?
Don't think so.
No,
Have Argentina picked the squad?
not sure.
Tell you what,
'Cause he's featured for him, the senior team.
lies. I would probably take him. Honestly, like it's not just because he's a United player, but like genuinely, there's no Dybala, is there? Innit?
Oh,
Great effort
save.
from Bruno.
Save. Great
Tell you
effort.
what, I've really enjoyed the second half.
Yeah, they've won.
Last
Game over.
20,
Sorry.
25.
Brilliant.
Garnacho was on the 28-man squad. I'm not sure if he's in the final squad. Let's have a look.
Very good. He was good today.
Yeah, he was.
I'd genuinely take him.
Yeah, Argentina announcing theirs on Monday the 14th of November. The World Cup starts fucking 4 days after.
way.
Anyway, Manchester United 4, Aston Villa 2, full time through to the next round of the League Cup. Made it difficult, looked like it wouldn't happen at one point, but Man United come from behind to beat Aston Villa. A necessary win, that, wasn't it? Because 2 losses in a week to Aston Villa would have been an absolute shit show heading into the World Cup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have. And I felt like we had some up and down moments. I'm happy McTominay got his goal in the end because I actually felt like he had a good game. I felt he was trying to put his foot on the ball a bit more, covered a couple of like mess ups by others where he come in and intercepted the ball well, almost done that Casemiro role decently well. Fred, very disappointing, like I said, in the first half. Same with Donny. No authority in terms of controlling the game and you know, the tempo of that midfield. Bruno, fantastic. Marcus was a threat in the second half, and Garnacho was the one I want to finish on. Like, unbelievable. Like, I think today, like, made an impact. This was easily his best showing so far for Manchester United, by far.
It looked good,
Fantastic
didn't it,
assist
Garnacho?
as well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he looked good. He looked
He's
good
just
today.
admiring him. Like, he's walking off.
No, I'm really impressed with him and got out his man, expressed himself. Great delivery for Scott's goal.
Yep.
Really, really impressed with the boy. And he made an impact when he come on. I
You
think
could
all
tell
the
he's
subs,
loving it. Like,
I think
that's
all the
one
subs
thing.
did as well. Ericsson got on the ball,
Yeah.
dictated, like I said, that pivot, and he was just, it
Yeah,
was good.
Ericsson was class.
Considering the game was 0-0 at half time and it's finishing 4-2.
Good stuff.
Second half positive. Really
Yeah.
good.
Right, we'll be back in a few minutes for the live review, so make sure you stick around for that.
Up the RH.
Thank you very much for joining us. Up the RH. Where can people find you, Ryan?
Instagram RH_elite coaching. Get it followed for me, please. Much appreciated.
RH_elite coaching. Abdul.
AbdulGH_ on Twitter and Pure Ball on TikTok. Keep an eye out for the
Oh yeah,
World
I'm on
Cup.
TikTok, you know, as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On TikTok, RH Elite Coaching. Just
RH
you know.
Elite Coaching on TikTok.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. Hit subscribe if you
that.
haven't already. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Manchester United have won 4-2 against Aston Villa. We'll see you in a bit.